Those of you on TikTok, please join and share, join and share, join and share. Good afternoon, good afternoon, good afternoon. I've been away for a few days, but sometimes you need to do that. Um, thank you very much. I welcome everybody on board. Please, as you're joining, do share this broadcast. It's very important. I'm going to be doing a few things. I haven't been in touch with a few people. I've just been it's been hectic. But I want to say good afternoon to you and welcome to Season AI, the platform where we speak truth to power. Let us dive in. Let us dive in. There are pictures behind me, and I will explain those pictures in detail. You will see it shortly. Before I go too far ahead, I'm doing some work, so please do share, share, share. We're going to talk about the coup. A few days ago, in the Democratic Republic of Congo that you see above, you see the men in the blue and yellow, they were caught attempting a coup in Democratic Republic of Congo. Yes, they were. So join us, let us dissect it, and we have to keep talking about this. And it's very important that when we're talking about this to really understand the context. Many of us lose sight of the context of what is being done here. And that is what we really want to address. I'm going to just quickly move that one away. Sorry about that. Yeah, those of you on YouTube, you will be seeing a random that's a bit funny, but never mind. We will try and do what we can to get that back. Okay, so 1 second. Just give me a minute, please. We'll get it back to normal. You will see the screen. So just give me a few minutes, please. I want people to join me. Good afternoon and welcome. They are still alive. Yes, they are. Of course, they are still alive. Of course, they are. I'm afraid they are still alive. They've been arrested, but it's annoying. You know, if it was us now, you know what would have happened. We'll have been unalived at the spot if you tried any of that. You know. But this is why we need to wake up. This is the reason I'm doing this program. It will become apparent shortly. Just bear with me. Bear with me, of course. I want, as if you can, join me on YouTube as well. Subscribe to Season Ewa on YouTube, and I'll probably restream it on Facebook later on. So I really appreciate you. Thank you very much. We will talk about this in a few minutes. Let me just make sure I got everything all set up so that we can come. Again, I salute. This is the more reason why we have to salute Ibrahim Traore, Asim Goita, General Chiani, President Faye, and now the Chadian President Muhammad Idris, I think it's Shem, I think it's called. Muhammad Idris. I can't remember the last name. I keep mixing that up. But anyway, we need to protect them. We have to protect them. Now, good afternoon and welcome. I'm going to read this to you about what's going on. Please give us tap and share and follow. Tap, share and follow. I'm going to share it to a few people as well. I'm going to share it to a few people because this is very important for us to understand quite exactly what is being done. Many of us are not aware of what has been happening. Like I said, I've been away for a few days, so it's not that I didn't want to. I've just had to. Sometimes you have to, take a break sometimes and do a few things and get to see a few things differently. And that's very important to, at that point, sort of acknowledge that, it's good and we're back. People are wondering, and thanks for asking, because people have been asking, have I stopped going on live? I haven't stopped going on live. It's just that sometimes you need to do a few things, and it is worth discussing. Please do share. Is that a guest? Lucas Mbandinga. Let me accept. I'm going to accept. Thank you very much. Thank you. Welcome on board. We are going to just briefly talk about what happened. Good afternoon, my brother. It's great to have you on board. Lucas Mbandinga. Is that correct? Am I saying it correct? Hello.
Yes.
Okay, good. Welcome on board.
I'm hearing you.
Yeah, good. Now, we're just going to quickly talk about this, the coup that happened in the Congo. Now, apparently, from what we read, there are, I'll just quickly read what it says here. It says that U.S. citizens face punishable by death in alleged coup attempt in Congo. 3 U.S. nationals on trial in Democratic Republic of Congo over events in May described as an attempted coup. More than 50 people, including 3 U.S. citizens and a Belgian, Belgium again, we know how they roll, have gone on trial in Democratic Republic of Congo over what the army has described as an attempted coup. The actions of the 3 Americans were punishable by death, George Freddy Ehume told the military court in DRC capital, Kinshasa. Marcel Malanga, Taylor Christian Thompson, both 21 and 36, Benjamin Ruben Zamnan Polun, were the first defendants to stand before the judge to hear charges read out against them. These acts are punishable by death, the presiding judge of Kinshasa Gombe Military Court told the 3. Another 50 or so defendants then took to the stand one by one in a large tent in the grounds of Ndolo Military Prison to hear the charges. All appeared in blue and yellow prison uniforms at their trial, which started about 11:40 a.m. local time and was followed by closely by Western diplomats, journalists, and lawyers. The alleged coup attempt occurred on 19th of May when armed men attacked the home of the economy minister, Vital Kamehe, in the early hours before moving on to the nearby Palace des Nations, the houses of President Felix Tshisekedi's offices. They were seemingly filmed brandishing flag of Zaire, the name of the Central African country during the rule of dictator Mobutu Sese Seko, and chanting Tshisekedi government was over. The army later announced on the national television that the security forces had stopped an attempt on coup d'etat. I'll stop there. I wanted to read this so that people can understand what's going on. Let me bring that back. I'll bring the guy back again. Vanna May, hi. Welcome on board, Vanna May. So anyway, the topic today, in case you are joining us, there's been a coup attempt by the U.S. It happened on 19th of May. They kept it quiet. The U.S. tried to take over the government of the Democratic Republic of Congo. Now, they've been given three of the many people that were involved. Over 50 people were involved. 3 of them are U.S. nationals. 3 of them. Now, this is really quite, this is why we keep saying, as Africans, we need to wake up. Welcome on board, Vanna May. Thank you very much. It's great to have you back on board with us here. Been away for a few days. Thank you so much for joining. What would you like to say on this news? The U.S. involved in coup in Democratic Republic of Congo. What are your thoughts on it? First off, let's hear from you. Thank you. Thank you very much for that. Can you hear me? Hi, Vanna May. Yes, good. Go ahead. Let's hear from you.
Are you asking me?
Yes, I'm asking you. Yeah, what are your thoughts on what you just heard? That the U.S. involved in a coup in Democratic Republic of Congo. How do you feel about that?
They've always been there. They've always been there. But they couldn't be there without the permission and the help of us. They couldn't be there. They have it's us killing us.
That's correct. That's very correct. Very, very correct. This is one of the things and I have to admit that there are obviously they even mentioned the last guy that did the coup, the one the famous one, Mobutu Sese Seko. Remember, he was the one who killed Patrice Lumumba. Was the one that they used to kill Patrice Lumumba. And now, get this, they mentioned his name in the name of the coup. They said here, they were seemingly filmed brandishing the flag of Zaire, the name of the Central African country during the rule of dictator Mobutu Sese Seko, and chanting Tshisekedi government was over. So they were trying to invoke that craziness of that time when they took over and killed Patrice Lumumba. Clearly, they failed. It's horrifying, and I want to just say that these are the reasons. Whilst we are busy fighting each other as Africans, we need to really take cognizance of this. Whilst we are busy fighting, and whilst we are saying, "No, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim," These guys who want your resources, they don't care about your religion. They want your resources. They want your land. They want to keep you oppressed in your land. That is the point I'm trying to drive home here, to make us wake up and realize. This is one of the reasons we keep saying that the U.S. bases, all of the Western bases must go out of Africa. We have to kick them out of Africa because they are using it to carry out this kind of nefarious acts, keeping us impoverished in our land. And it's quite frustrating. Yeah, do chip in, Vaname, if you would please, if you can.
Yes. No, the fastest way to get them out is to get Putin.
Yep.
That's
Yep.
the fastest way.
Yep.
Just to see what's been done and follow.
Yep. I
There has to be people united in the Congo
mm-hmm.
that can do the same thing.
Exactly. This is what we are looking for. And it's interesting that you mentioned that because I read something somewhere. I don't know if I kept a record of it. I read that the Sergei Lavrov has been all over. He's been to West Africa and been talking to a lot of the leaders there. He's been talking to. He's visited a lot of the leaders, but he particularly went to Chad. Now, Chad is a new. Chad has been telling France and US to leave their country, alongside Mali, Burkina Faso, Niger, and now Chad is saying the same thing. Senegal is waiting on the side. So it's really important that we start realizing and connecting the dots. Because what they are doing, they're not interested in this prayer nonsense that many of us are involved in. We need to wake up on the African continent. And that's the main reason I'm coming on this broadcast today. We have to wake up and protect ourselves spiritually. We got to start spiritually on the Alkebulan continent. Alkebulan continent. We need to wake up. What it will take is our unity. They are clearly trying to work to destabilize us. And that is what we have to understand, that this is not acceptable. There's a guy called a Congolese man who was a naturalized American, was killed by security forces. The spokesman of General Sylvain Ekenge said. So they already killed a Christian, a Congolese man. They killed a Congolese man in this coup. These are the realities of what is going on. We need to, yeah, Stacey, absolutely. And if anybody wants to chip in and join in, please, I welcome you, and let's hear from you. We have to be speaking up. You see, when you are busy talking about Allahu Akbar, Jesus is the one, Jesus is the Savior, and all of this nonsense, look at what is happening. Keep in mind, you will not be hearing about Jesus on your land if it wasn't for the Christian those countries, the US and the UK and France and Belgium coming to your land to colonize you, and then using that colonization to keep you subservient in that false religion. That's what's going on. You need to be connecting the dots. So whilst you are on your knees praying and saying, "Oh Jesus, please come and help me. Jesus is my Savior. Allah is my Savior," they are not counting on any of these religions because they know it's false. They know it's false. It's time we woke up. A coup in Congo. We already know. What is sickening for me in the Congo situation is that many Africans, or I hate saying African because I know it's but it's you know.
That's the key. That's the key. That word.
Our equivalent. Yes. Yeah.
You can't help from saying it.
You
can't help from saying it. Me too. You can't help from saying it. It's so common to us. See, we're so up under that spell.
That's correct. That's correct.
And as long as we're using that word, we're giving them power.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, the word even they wrote it in their books. I'm going to read something to you that I've been doing some research. They know it's used to be called Alkebulan, but they've changed it. Now, Sheikh Anta Diop asserts that the ancient name of Africa was Alkebulan, meaning mother of mankind, Garden of Eden. Are you all hearing that? I hope you're all hearing that. Let us begin to, we need to resonate that name. We have to resonate the name of our Cable Land in every
The
corner.
power, you release the power, excuse me, please.
That's it. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
You
Go ahead.
release the power of the ancestors.
That's correct. That's correct.
This is no accident that this is happening at this time.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They know that.
Mm.
They
Mm.
know that is one of the most powerful words that we have.
That's correct.
That one and the other one that start with G. J.
Yes.
Those are two of the greatest spells that we have.
Well said, Vename. Well said. Well said. Let me just bring in Ras Nana to chip in. Go ahead. Welcome on board. It's great to have you on board. Ras Nana.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
And thank you for the audience, and thank you for the good work you have for Mother
Thank you.
Africa.
Thank you.
The real name of Africa is Kemet.
Okay. Okay.
Of Canaan.
Yeah. Yes.
Canaan.
Yes.
Canaan.
Kemet. Yeah.
But we have languages difference in Africa.
Yes.
So everybody had his own name.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Of Africa.
That's correct.
And
That's correct.
Let me tell you something.
Mm-hmm.
After slave trade and
Yeah.
after slave trade
Mm-hmm.
and after the white supremacy of Africa came and rule us.
Yeah, by force.
They changed everything that black man had.
Mm-hmm. That's true.
I hope you heard that if not a white man, or if not a white man that came to Africa, like black man have never achieved anything.
Yeah.
I hope you heard that.
I had, but that's a lie. It's all a lie. There's a book I'm reading. I'm reading.
I want to tell everybody that whatever they said was false.
Falsehood. I agree.
Okay, let's go. The first university ever in mankind was built in Mali.
Timbuktu.
That was the first ever university. And if you look at the arc of the university, it's the same as British Paris, in England. Just you can make a research. Just look at the building, the structure, everything.
Wow.
Just go back and look at what the Queen Palaces in England, and just look at that. Okay.
Wow. So are you saying? Hang on. This is very important. Are you you're saying to me that the UK, the United Kingdom, they copied the University of Timbuktu?
100%. And that university was built more than 200 years before the Queen Paris. And just go there and make the research. And look at the way they design it. And look at the way they design, the Queen Paris. Just go there and check. You can check by yourself.
Wow.
I'm not the one that did.
No.
I've said it, but you can just go there.
To mirror the Timbuktu University. This is interesting. Well, I'm going to go and I'll do that research. So it's designed to actually, they copied it, literally. And
100% copy. 100%. 100%.
wow.
And that university was built more than 200 to 300 years before the Queen Paris was built.
Built.
You see, they say black man cannot afford anything.
Yeah.
But the pyramid of Egypt was built by a black man.
That's correct. That's correct.
Okay. Aside that, okay, we have a pyramid in Sudan.
Mm-hmm.
We have about 100 or maybe 200 pyramids in Sudan.
Yes.
And we have almost 30 in Egypt.
That's correct. That's correct.
And the reason why the big one was built in Egypt. Okay, the small ones, who were those people that built it?
Yeah. Yeah. Who are the people? A very good question. Very good question.
Yeah. And hold on. Let's go to Great Zimbabwe and see what they did in Zimbabwe. But no one will, talk about it.
Wow. No, they won't.
No one will. Just go to Great Zimbabwe and see what they did.
Yes, indeed. You're right. You are absolutely on point.
And we have almost 300 to 400 years in slave trade.
Yes. Well,
Africans were fighting. Africans were fighting.
Yeah. Yeah.
How can we develop during that time?
No. Please tap the screen. 1 second, please, my brother. Please, as you're watching, help us grow this platform. Help us reach more people with this broadcast. Tap the screen. Thank you very much for reminding me, Verna May. Yeah, tap. Go ahead, please. Go ahead, my brother. Go ahead. Rastana, go ahead. Oh, Ras, he just went off. I was going to bring you back on board. Ras Nana, can you come back? I'll invite him. So Raz, I just wanted to just say that quickly. So come back. I don't know what happened. Okay, Raz, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
So,
Yeah.
to me, my problem is we've been, slave trade. We have been in slave trade for too long.
500 years now. 500 years.
Yeah, 500 years now. And after slave trade, the white men came and ruled us for 120 years. And after that, we are in neo-colonialism.
That's correct.
We are in neo-colonialism.
That's
for
correct.
more than 50 to 60 years now.
That's correct.
How can a black man develop? I know you're Nigerian.
Yeah.
Imagine how many Nigerians with talent die with the talent.
Yeah. Yes.
Humanity.
Exactly. Exactly.
So many Africans die with their talent.
It's so true.
Okay.
Go ahead. Go ahead. I'm supporting you. Go ahead.
And with that talent can make a lot of. Okay, let me tell you something. To me, the reason why Africa is not developing. Let me tell you something. As a black man, or as an African, and as a Ghanaian, I will tell you the reason why Africa is not developing.
Yes.
Right now, if I doesn't worship the white man religion, or maybe
Islam,
religion, people will see me as a wicked man or as a bad man. If I doesn't speak white man language,
yes,
people will see me as an illiterate. If I doesn't dress as a white man, people will see me as a non-civilized man.
Yeah, but that's the mentality we've been programmed to accept. To accept.
After they rule us for 100 years, that is the disease they gave us. So right now, I had a friend.
Yeah.
The guy doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
But any situation, or maybe in case you be in a situation, and if you go to the guy, oh man, I have this problem, and I don't know what to do.
Yes.
The sensible question or the sensible answer this guy will give you.
Yeah.
Man, you clap. But the guy doesn't speak English.
Yeah.
Even if you give him pen and paper to write his name, the guy
Yeah.
cannot write it.
Yeah.
But
Absolutely.
how sensible and how smart
I'm
this
gonna do
guy
that.
is, man,
Yes.
only God knows.
Absolutely.
But the guy
Absolutely.
cannot speak English, he can't write his name.
No. It's
But
very.
African, we have been brainwashed.
Yes, we have been.
To the extent
We have been.
that
Go ahead.
that if you can't speak English, if you don't speak French, if you doesn't speak any white man language, you are nothing.
Yeah.
So let's break all those chains from our brain. We need to be free as a black man.
Yeah.
Black men have a lot of things to do. We can make a lot of things.
Yes.
We can achieve.
Yeah.
So excuse me.
No, go ahead. That's
We
fine.
have a lot to do.
Yeah.
So all what I'm saying is, let's be one. Let's fight for the unity of Africa.
Yeah.
And with the unity of Africa,
Yeah.
we can't go anywhere.
Absolutely.
Right now, from Ghana, if I want to go from Ghana to Nigeria, sorry, excuse me.
Okay. Have you got some water? Have you got some water? Have you got some water close by? Do you want to drink some water?
Yeah.
Sip a drink or a glass of water. Let me just bring some other people on. I appreciate you. Just hold on there for a second. You see, my brother, welcome on board. Let's hear from you. You've been itching to talk. Go ahead.
Hi, my brother. Yes.
Go ahead.
Yes. Hi, my brother. Thank you for having me, honorable guys and members of the platform. My very good friend Vina. It's so nice being here with you guys. And it is important that we have these conversations.
Yeah.
Because we need to relieve ourselves of the psychiatric condition that is affecting us.
Yeah.
And many of us are not aware of this, what you call psychoneurosis.
That's
that
correct.
is impeding our ability to move forward. So we must have these conversations so that we can go through this talk therapy session, so that we can help this information in the brains to exhibit itself externally through these dialogue. And so it is important. Now, when you look at Africa, as I was trying to decipher,
Yes.
our people was not only enslaved for 500 years.
Yes.
It's over 2,000 years.
We were.
since the Arabs started the slave trade. As a matter of fact, the Indians started the slave trade, but then the Arabs, who are a mixture of Indians and Europeans, they started the slave trade since for almost 2,000 years. The Arabs had it well, and it was not an easy olive branch. It was brutality.
It was.
And we have to talk about our situation so that we can find solution, because it's not an easy challenge, and this challenge has been very, 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 very destructive to the mindset of our people, because many of us are not aware of our mental conditioning.
Facts.
What they did not only enslaved us, but they changed our narratives. And a lie tell one time too often becomes the truth, even to the person who are speaking the lie. So they started this religious movement. This is a way of colonization. And colonization starts by the infiltration of our people. And then the culture, the people bring the culture, and the culture attached to the religious idealism. And that in itself change and corrupt our whole mindset. So now we are seeking for what you call a redress to our mental conditioning, so that we can have a clear and concise understanding of what needs to be done to work as a people. Because when a man don't know that he don't know he's enslaved, he will never seek freedom. And that's why we don't know that we are entrapped. And I'm going to give you a typical example.
Yes, please.
They had what you call a research at this. With some fleas. You know the fleas on the dogs?
Yes.
They put that in a container. The flea has a 30 centimeter leap.
Wow.
And they put that flea in a 10 centimeter jar.
Yeah.
And lock that flea for 3 days. And after that 3 days, they open that jar.
Yeah.
Those flea continue to jump at that 10 centimeter. Even when they take that flea out of that jar, they continue to jump at that 10 centimeter. And when they get young ones, the young ones continue to jump at that centimeter, not knowing that they can jump at 30 centimeter height.
Wow.
This goes to show what they have done to our minds.
Yeah. Yeah.
They have programmed our minds to religious idealism.
Wow.
And we literally believe that belief is knowledge.
Yeah.
We literally hold on to belief, to feel that belief is a part of our life. When in fact, we are not against belief, because belief should use as a catalyst to attain knowledge.
Indeed.
Not a means to an end. Now, believe as a catalyst to attain knowledge is like, I believe I can swim. So I'm going to get my gears and I'm going to try.
Exactly.
And I'm going to see if I can swim. And if I swim, then I eventually know at the end of it. That is the mean that you use belief as a catalyst. Now, the religious people use belief as a man because someone come and tell you a story that the sky is red, and you literally believe the sky is red without even checking.
Checking it.
And you hold on to that, and the person said the only way you can prove that is when you're dead. Right? That is the greatest trick to ever bestowed upon humanity. And African people, we are waiting to go to heaven with Jesus and some God in heaven that is omnipotent, omniscient, and omnipresent. But this God needs an angel to carry his message. They don't understand that omnipresent means that you are everywhere at the same time. And if I am everywhere at the same time, why do I need angel to be my messenger? But yet still when they go to church, the hypocrisy is so deep that when they go to church, they're still praying to God rather than praying to the angel to carry the message to God. And this is something that needs to be dealt with seriously, because our people are not aware of their ignorance. And they will not be aware of the ignorance until we take corrective measures to educate them from an objective perspective. Religion teach them what to think and not how to think. We need to teach our people how to think, what needs to be done, so that we can have a clear and concise understanding of our objectivity. We need to understand who we are. Stop labeling ourselves with religious idealism. Either I'm a Christian or I'm a Muslim.
That's correct.
All of those are belief structures.
Yes.
They're not the truth. Belief is not the truth. It's an idea, meaning that you are ignorant of the fact.
That's correct.
And the fact that you are going to these places during the weekend and praying every day, celebrating someone else's ignorance of the fact, means that you are very much ignorant of the fact. And so it is time that we tell our people, teach our people to rise above status quo, to think objectively, to look at reality, do our own psychological introspection, and heal ourselves from this brutalization. Because religion is an atrocity to the mind. You telling someone they have to pray every day before. If they don't do that, they will go to heaven. That or go to hell, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
If they don't do that, they will be penalized.
Yeah.
Look at all religious people. They will tell you, fear God. Why do I have to fear my parent? Why do I have to fear my father or mother?
Exactly.
It means that if I fear my father or mother, that means that they're being abusive to me. So now, why should I fear a God when I am a human being who I consider God my creator?
Exactly.
This is something that they have trapped our mind in and keep us in this psychological rotation, or what you call a repetitive cycle.
That's correct.
Mental retardation, and we feeding our children into this scheme. And we are doing a disservice to our children, because they no longer understand what is reality. And they subscribe to the religion because it infiltrates the DNA. And that's why they think the way they do. That's why also too, when the songwriter said,
My brother, you
that's why when the songwriter,
sorry, you said it all. I had a sensible question to ask most of the Christians. Last time, I went to one platform and I asked one pastor a question that they said Adam and Eve that ate the fruit that make the human beings that suffer. And I said, oh, okay, it's good. Then I asked him a question that, according to the Bible, that Satan, appeared himself as a snake and convinced Adam and Eve to eat the fruit. And after they ate the fruit, God came and God, punished the snake and punished the human being. Okay, let's think about this scenario. The snake, came and convinced Adam and Eve. And after that, God said to the snake, since you misbehave, I'm going to punish you. And during that time, snake have a leg and hand. God, took the hand and the leg from the snake. And after that, God said, oh, snake, because you misbehave, since that day, you are going to eat dust in the rest of your life. And I'm going to take out, their legs.
Yeah.
So I asked the preach, okay, Mr. Pastor, I want to know the type of snake. Either it's an anaconda or green snake or python. Who is that snake? And if it's anaconda, why is the effect of anaconda going to affect the green snake or maybe black cobra or other snake? So can you explain? And I know snake doesn't eat dust.
No.
Snake is a cannibal animal.
Yes, sir.
Snake eat, animal. They catch one another and eat. So I don't know snake eat dust. So can you explain to me?
Very, very true.
you see what happened?
Yeah.
What happens? They lie so much so
Yeah.
that they caught up in their own web of life.
Yeah.
Because if God is omnipresent according to the religious structure, now Satan went into the garden, don't mean that God would have been right there.
No.
Now, if God is right there, and these things we got to understand that these people lie so much that they caught up in their own lie and they don't even realize it.
That's correct.
Because when you're talking about God is omnipresent, and omnipotent, and omniscient, when you talk about the story of Job, when God asked Satan, where are you? Satan said, I was roaming through the earth back and forth. Right now, if Satan was roaming through the earth back and forth, how God didn't know that? And he's omnipresent.
Exactly.
And then he said, did you see my son Job? And he said, yes. And you see, the thing about it is that religious people don't think.
No.
That's why they said they teach them what to think, not how to think.
That's correct.
And that's
Exactly.
why we have to have these conversations because our people are being suffering. Because, in the abundance of water, food go thirsty. And we are acting like food because Africa is the richest continent. Africa is not poor.
Yeah.
The only thing what is happening in the continent is that we are poorly managed.
That's correct.
We're not poor.
That's correct.
Right?
That's correct.
We're poorly managed. We have all the necessary. Yes, we have all the necessary resources. We have everything. However, the leaders, they're the one who are lining their pockets because they realize that the masses is not awakening.
That's correct.
And when the masses, when they use the word masses, actually the M is actually silent. When
Yeah.
they say the masses.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
is silence.
Yeah.
If the N was not silent,
Yeah,
then
exactly.
these people will rise up against these leaders who are exploiting the resources with no benefit for the people. So we need to start educating our people. Let us
Exactly.
start thinking. Let us
Exactly.
start realizing their true potential
Exactly.
by their ambition and by their quest to see a better future in their life.
Indeed.
We need to rise up young leaders.
Indeed.
We need to create the condition where our future generation benefit from our natural resources, from the level of information and to elevate their level of education. Because information informs the minds, and the minds inform the actions, and based on those actions, you can determine the outcome. What outcome do we need for our future generation? We need a bright future for Africa. We need a bright future for the African people.
I want to ask a question. Which countries in Africa are the richest country, increased by land and by resources? Can someone answer this question?
Congo. Congo. Congo.
Yeah.
Congo and South Africa.
Yeah.
No, it's not Congo.
Congo is the richest than South Africa.
Yeah. Congo is first, number one, followed by Nigeria.
Yeah, I agree. Yes.
Followed by Nigeria and South Africa and Angola.
Yes. Yes.
And I think that Ghana will be 4th or 5th. Yeah. And maybe Libya.
But that.
Ghana rich. Yeah, Ghana's rich. Then Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As a matter of fact, being honest with you, all those countries. But I don't want to separate the country.
Exactly. We shouldn't.
Separated by Europeans.
Exactly.
Exactly. They're part of the country like piece of cake so that they could share it among themselves. That's why they have embassy in all those countries. Those embassies actually colonialist watchdogs. These embassy report.
I'm coming. Hold on, brother. The reason why we are poor, do you know that we are poor to the extent we doesn't trade among each other.
That's it. I've said it on this platform. I have said that. You hit the nail on the head. They don't let us trade among each other. They don't.
Man, listen, I traveled a lot of African countries when I was young. I was 16 years. I traveled. I stopped school and travel. I traveled to Cote d'Ivoire, Liberia, Sierra Leone, Guinea-Bissau, Mali, Burkina Faso, Libya, and Algeria, Mauritania. I know all those countries. Man, and I know most of European countries. To travel, across Africa is more harder than to, find a visa from Africa to America.
Do you know why that is? Do you know why that is, my brother? Do you know why?
No.
Okay.
I know, but I need your explanation.
Okay. One of the things we have to understand is that once they carved up Africa among themselves, once you are part of France, you cannot trade with anybody else except for France. Once you are part of UK, you cannot trade with anybody else for UK. Once you are with Portugal, you cannot trade with anybody else except for
No. My brother, it's not that. Let me explain it to you.
Okay, go ahead.
It's very hard for Burkina Faso man to trade among Malian. But they are both speak French countries. They are both French francophone countries.
Hang on, my brother. Hang on, my brother. Let me just say this. You see, you need something to trade. It's called currency.
Yeah.
That currency, all of the French countries, they have to trade in what? CFA. Who makes CFA? Who makes CFA? The French. So the French control your trade.
Listen, not all the French countries.
Well, no. The three now have come out.
Yeah, Guinea-Conakry have its own currency. That is Guinea franc.
Okay. Okay.
The reason why Guinea have its Guinea franc. Ghana was the first country to get independence in Africa.
Yes.
Followed by Guinea.
Okay. Ghana first, Guinea.
The first president of Ghana, named Dr. Kwame Nkrumah,
Yes.
was Pan-Africa.
Yes.
And he wanted Africa to become one country,
Yeah.
one currency, one government. And his best friend was Secretary of Guinea, the first friend of Guinea. So after Ghana got independent, the following year, Guinea got its independence. And Guinea said he doesn't want anything associated with France. So because of that, all whatever France had in Guinea,
They destroyed it. Yeah.
He destroyed everything. So France said he will not allow Guinea to join the francophone countries to use their own currency safer. So Guinea had its own currency. That the name is Guinea franc. So Guinea doesn't use safer. They use Guinea franc.
Okay.
But
Okay.
because of the first
Guinea franc. I see that. Yeah. Go ahead. You're right.
Yeah, because of the first president of Ghana, that's why Guinea had a Guinea franc.
Yeah. Interesting.
But it's not easy.
I like we to change the narrative that's saying it's France countries. It's not France countries.
Exactly.
France,
They are not.
France,
Exactly.
because it's Africa.
That's why. That's
Africa,
in fact. In
right?
fact.
France exploiting.
Exactly. And
Yes.
and I want
it's
to.
exploiting Africa. And
Yeah. Go ahead, my brother.
African leaders are complicit in this Yes, African leaders are complicit in this explanation. So we are considering these countries, France territory and English territory. None of it are European territory. It is African territory.
That's correct.
And now we have to change in the narrative in our young generation,
Yeah.
so that they cannot recognize this as anything to do with France.
Exactly.
Our leaders are very complicit, and they are.
Ras Nana, wait. Let him finish, please, Randa. Ras Nana.
I like what he's saying, but I need one question from what he's saying.
Okay.
I always, hear this word discover.
Yes.
Discover. I need the meaning of discover.
Okay.
The meaning of discover.
Oh, it's discover to find something, but how can you find something that was already there? It's a lie. It's a pure lie.
Exactly.
It's a lie.
They didn't discover.
Yeah, they say Christopher Columbus
They're invaders.
It didn't.
Africa.
Nah. You can't discover what's already been there. People are living there already.
They never did.
So you have not heard about it, or you didn't see it before.
I cannot go in.
That doesn't mean you discover it. No. Oh, you understood that people are living there.
Yes.
People have been there before. People have been talking about that place.
Yes.
So yeah.
Yes.
My brother, guys, I want you to I want to steer this discussion to the breaking news that we talked about. The fact that the U.S. nationals, 3 of them have been involved in coup in the Congo as we speak. It happened on the 19th of May. And now they have been charged to face possible treason. Now, I would like you guys to talk about that. How does this not signify to us in Africa that we should really kick out these guys, kick out the US and all of the Western powers, because they are there to destabilize Africa? How do you feel about this? Okay, Nas, you go first, then I'll bring UC. Yeah, go. Okay, UC. Okay, UC, you go first. Actually, Rasnana afterwards. UC, you go first. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. All right. Yeah, let me explain to you with the American government. The American government, they are the new colonial masters. And if you look at the war that is going on between Ukraine and Russia, it's actually NATO and Russia. NATO are the colonial masters. Russia are actually the liberators. Mm-hmm. So they want to weaken the one that is helping the African people to liberate themselves. Mm-hmm. Now, it is the fight for control of Africa. Now, Africa needs to start waking up.
That's correct.
To start removing the basis of the American military on the continent. How
Entire.
do we think from a logical perspective, having a colonial master's base on your continent?
Yeah.
Do we have any bases in Europe?
No.
Is any African military base in Europe?
Thank you.
Why
Thank you.
are we so stupid
Yeah.
to have military base on our country? We have to hold
Tell
our
them.
leaders accountable. They are lighting their pockets with the money from the resources that these foreign powers are exploiting, while at the same time having colonialist outposts on our continent. Like, for instance, Ghana. Ghana better look at what is happening in Congo.
That's correct.
The same thing they did in Haiti.
Tell them.
We need to be very cognizant of these facts.
Yeah.
Because if we don't wake up, then we automatically find ourselves under the structure of slavery once again.
Indeed.
So when a man don't know that he don't know he's in a trap, he will never try to free himself. And these leaders are selling us out just to have mansion in Europe and have mansion and all about. But these things are chump change.
Yes.
This is not even pocket change for these European leaders.
Yes.
They're giving these leaders that kind of thing. So now the people, we need to have a discussion across the continent discussion. Let the people start engaging our leaders, because our leaders have no interest about changing what is happening. And the American that got caught in Congo,
yes,
it's just a tip of the iceberg.
Thank you.
They're more in depth in exploiting in the exploitation of Congo. So what we need to do, come together, my brother. Let us look at what is happening. Engage our leaders.
Yeah.
Let them understand at every level that we are aware of what is happening. And we need corrective measures to be taken so that we can chart a better course for these countries.
Indeed.
Congo is going through a dilemma for the longest while.
Yes.
And you're not hearing it on the mainstream media.
Exactly.
Congo is an African country. You're hearing everything about Palestine. But Palestine is only 2 million.
Yeah.
In Africa, in Congo alone, there's over 5 million people have been displaced.
Exactly.
Nothing is being said about that. Now, we as social media operatives, we need to start making our voice heard.
Exactly.
That Congo is going through a dilemma.
Exactly.
So that we can get our empathy and sympathy from our brothers and
Yeah.
work in a collaborative approach.
Absolutely. You see, my brother, well said. Let me see. I wanted to. Okay, yeah. Go ahead, Nas. Okay, you see. Thank you so much. Your line is coming off and on, but let's hear from Rasnana. Thank you so much, you see. Go ahead.
You see, the reason why America is desperate, about all these things that going on. You see, America has been full, no, I'm not saying Africa, the whole world for too long.
Yes.
Almost 80 to 90 years.
Yes.
Because I think since generation, we had only one superpower since the time of America.
Yes.
And after America became the king or the superpower in the whole world,
Yeah.
America, is happy like, an African child who lives in a rich family. He can do whatever he wants and go for free.
Indeed.
So America has been living like a rich man,
Yeah.
with his son.
Yeah. Yeah.
America has created a lot of coups, a lot of wars all over this world.
Yep.
So
Indeed.
you think what, he's doing for since 1970, 1960.
My brother, we know that. What do you think should happen? What should we as Africans be doing? What should we be doing?
I'm coming.
Okay.
I'm
Okay.
getting a point.
Okay,
So
good.
hold on.
Okay, thank you.
So, Americans have been doing this for too long, and now we have 3 superpowers currently.
Yeah.
We have 3 superpowers: America, Russia, China.
Mm-hmm.
And what America can do, Russia can do.
Yes.
What America can do, China can do. What America can do,
Russia
China can also do.
Yes. That's true.
So, the strategy America was using during 1960, during 1970, during now, China and America have all those records. So if America misbehave,
Yes.
China can take over.
Yes.
And
Yes.
now America is struggling, to take back Africa. But it's not easy for them.
No.
So
No.
to me, if you ask me about those 2 guys or 3 guys that involved in Congo coup,
Yeah.
to me, I want the Congolese to kill them.
No, please don't use the word. Don't use that word. Use unalive, please. Unalive, because they ban this broadcast. Unalive. Let me. Yes. Type F1.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, please. Thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Maybe they can, take their destiny in their own hands. Yeah.
Yeah. That's it. That's it.
Yeah. But listen, we can't take this earth as granted. Every 10 years or every 5 years, things change. So America or maybe the Western world cannot manipulate Africa as they want.
Exactly. We are waking up.
Yeah, their cups are full now, and they doesn't know what to do.
So what do you think we Africans should do? Because we need to come with solutions. We know the problem. Like you said now, he's come up with ideas. We need to challenge them. What suggestions do you have for us to actually come up and solve these problems?
If you ask me what Africa should do, right now, Africa cannot do anything.
Why not?
Because Africa, we don't have.
Yes, we can.
I'm coming.
Thank you.
I'm coming.
We can.
Listen.
Okay, go ahead.
We can do something.
Okay.
But when you do it now, tomorrow, not to unite.
Okay. I can give you. What I can say to you, my brother Rasnana, just to say that we are trying to work towards uniting. But you need to look at countries. These three countries I'm going to mention. Look at Mali. Look at Niger. Look at Burkina Faso. All three of them, they are telling. They have told France to go out.
I have a point there.
Okay.
If Burkina, Niger, and Mali catch any American or maybe any country from maybe Western world, and they want to do, then I can they need to do this or they need to do that. But you said Africa, and Africa is a 55 or 56 countries.
Yes.
Or 54 countries.
55.
And and we are all divided.
But we cannot. We don't have to be. You see, I keep saying it. We should call ourselves our original name. Sheikh Anta Diop said to us. He said that the name Africa is not the correct name. Our name is Al-Kebulan, meaning mother of mankind, the Garden of Eden. That is what Sheikh Anta Diop said. And Sheikh Anta Diop is a guy who proved that the Egyptians or the Kemites were African, and they are black people like you and me. So we should really be looking at ourselves as one. We shouldn't be going and saying, "Oh, I am Ghanaian, I am Nigerian." We are Al-Kebulan people.
But to me, I have, sometimes I disagree with Sheikh Anta Diop.
Yeah, but we can. That's good to discuss. That's a good to discuss. But the thing is now we are discussing on the things that we see fit. If we are discussing from the point of view of those who imposed this name on us, then we are working on their territory.
I'm coming. Africa is a 55 country.
Yes, that's correct. Go ahead.
And
I'll be bringing in Lucifer afterwards. So wrap up if you just bring it to
Africa
then
is a 55 countries.
yeah.
And every country has its own decision.
Yes.
Imagine Britain can call African and Britain summit. The whole of Africa will just go there and gather.
We shouldn't be.
Recently,
Yeah.
Korea called the Africans. Some countries participate. Some countries doesn't participate.
Yes.
Russia last year or last 2 years, Russia called African summit. Some countries participate. Some countries doesn't.
Yeah.
Called African summit.
Yeah.
Some countries participate. Some countries doesn't.
Okay.
So imagine dictating for the whole of Africa is difficult right now.
Yeah.
Some
Yeah.
countries may support that. African may do bad.
But
or do good to them.
let us think about let us come up with a suggestion first. Then we can worry about how we actually put it in place. The suggestion is what is important because we're trying to get as many ideas as possible together, and maybe all of us can be like you said. We need to start engaging.
To me, listen. The only solution I can give them, they should follow their constitution.
Okay.
What their constitution tell them.
Okay. Well, that's problematic. That's problematic. That's very problematic. You know why? Rasnana?
Exactly.
The constitution is not. We didn't write the constitutions. We have to rewrite our own constitution. The constitution is in English or in French.
I know.
Exactly.
Listen. What they did to Patrick Lumumba,
Yes.
the same thing to
Yeah.
applicate to them.
Yeah.
What they did to Thomas Sankara,
Yeah.
Thomas Sankara of Burkina Faso.
Yeah.
What they did to what is this man's name? I forgot his name.
What? Patrice Lumumba.
No, I have said Patrick Lumumba,
Okay.
Thomas Sankara, and my God,
Okay.
Stefano Olympio of Togo.
Okay. Yes. I get that. Yes.
Kwame Nkrumah.
No, Kwame Nkrumah, he was just overthrown. They did not kill him.
No, they didn't. But they made sure he couldn't do anything. But listen, my brother, Rasnana, thank you so much. Let me hear from others because of time purposes. But I like what you're talking about. Let's hear from others. But stay there. Thank you. Lucifer, welcome on board. Then I'll bring Vaname again. Lucifer, please, let's hear from you. Go ahead. My brother Lucifer, are you there? Thank you. Thank you very much.
Good day, everybody.
Good day.
Rogers, how are you? Long time.
Brilliant.
The topic on board.
Cool, man.
What's my?
Yeah. So have they banned you?
Ghana, how are you?
Okay, go ahead.
Can you hear me?
For 9 days.
Oh, they banned you for 9 days. Okay, that's fine, but we will bring him on. Okay, Lucifer, go ahead.
Okay.
Brother, in the strength of my ancestors, I'm doing good.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Good.
Thank you. So the problem we are trying to discuss here and what my brother is trying to say, I think we are not in the same page. And we are looking at what are we going to do to solve our problems.
Thank you.
And you are looking at the problems, and what has been going on. We know what has been going on already. We know America is the disease we have on this planet. One of the diseases we have. We know, and we are looking for the solution. All right.
Yeah.
So first, we the youth need to organize ourselves.
Indeed.
And we need to organize ourselves. Every country belong to. Let us try to become together and to get and try to kick out the democratic government in our countries. I'm not saying let people go and fight in each other.
No.
We can take away the democratic government without unaliving anybody.
Exactly.
All right?
Exactly.
We can kick them out without unaliving everybody. By using our leaders, all right? You see, those people, the method they use is a very strong weapon, okay?
Yeah.
When you try to kick out the democratic government in the country, in your country as a leader, what they did, they used your people against you.
Yes, you. Indeed. Yes.
They use your people against you. So now what we need to do, we the youth, they use it against our good leaders. Now we know that they use them, they use us. So we are not going to let them do that again. Okay, we are going to push our people so that they will kick out the democracy. We don't need democracy in the first place. We don't need it.
It is not our way anyway. It doesn't work. It's not work for us.
Yes, it's not working for us. And when it came to the case of Congo, you can see the clear picture in Congo.
Yes.
The more people are dying, the more the Americans they are rich.
Yes, exactly. It's not only Congo; it's the whole of Africa. The more there's poverty, the more the richer the West becomes.
People stay in that desert, the more that these people get away with that stone, the most valuable stone in the universe, which is California. I know about that. That's why those people are still there.
Exactly.
That's why they are still there in that desert.
Exactly.
But that stone, it's a very valid stone. The more they kidnapping people, the more America gets these stones.
And France and UK and all of them, the West entirely, they're benefiting from our oppression.
Yes.
That's the reality.
What do you think those people they don't want to leave their military base in Africa? Now they are trying to capture Nigeria. What is there? What is there in that place, that desert? What is there? If something is not there, people are dying in Congo.
Exactly.
People are dying in Somalia.
But what can the people, my brother, I don't want to, because I've got a lot of people coming. I'm going to bring Vaname in shortly. What can our people do right now to begin to, what can we do as individuals, collectively, as we are hearing this news? What must we do right now that we can actually begin to change the situation ourselves? Is there anything we can do?
We unite individuals to each other.
Okay.
Between the country. I'm not talking about uniting the whole Africa.
No. But in the countries.
But between ourselves, country to country, we're supposed to be united.
Okay.
First. Let us come together first.
Okay.
Let us not let the politics divide us. By doing that, we are going to come up to a solution to do something better.
Okay.
All right, to take a very good step.
Okay.
But let us unite first individually.
As in the nations that they created now. Okay. Okay, thank you so much. Lucifer, just for time purposes, I'll meet you. Vaname, I know you spoke earlier on. Thanks for coming back again. Please, everybody coming in, tap the screen, give us love and like, share. We welcome gifts. Help us grow this platform. You can play your role. We want to hear your views, your own opinions. Vaname, what do you think is the solution to what can we do as individuals and collectively as our Kebulan people to begin to address the situation that we find ourselves? Not waiting for those who colonized us individually and collectively as our Kebulan people.
Brother, let me make some suggestions.
Well, hang on. Raz, let me let her.
I'm not going to give any contribution, but I have a little thing to say.
Yeah, but my brother, hold on. I want to let Rana.
I'm not saying anything. Sorry, I'm not saying.
Okay.
Listen,
Keep it very quick then. Very quick.
all
Exactly.
And this is the information we want to give to Africans for them to make civilized,
Okay.
for them to get the news why Africa is not developing, so they can share this page for their friends, their
Okay.
mothers, their sisters.
Thank you.
For
Thank
them
you.
to hear.
Thank you. Thank you.
And this is
I appreciate you. Yes.
BBC in Africa now,
Mhm.
CNN in Africa now, for Africa to develop. So they need to share it for their children, their
Thank you.
mother, their uncle, for them to hear the good
Thank you.
news in
Thank you.
Africa. So thank you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate that, Rasnada. I'm really, really grateful. Honestly, I'm touched. Great. Great to hear. Vaname, yeah, follow that. Go ahead. This is, yeah, go ahead, Vaname. Let's hear from you.
I ran out of battery. There's a simple, quick solution.
Yeah.
Okay. All the people that we want to, the blood in Africa is flowing like it was in ancient days. All the people we want to help. We don't have time to put great plans. We have no more planning time. We need action. We need it now. Every person that we're talking about, because religion has went in and blinded us, made us dumb to higher knowledge.
Mm-hmm.
Listen, we cannot receive. This is the answer to how to help bring the people back and bring them to a place where they can hear knowledge.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Fill their stomachs.
Yes. Okay.
Fill the people. Stop talking and fill the people's stomach.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So we need to fill the stomach of the people, and that means we have to provide where there's poverty. We have to provide access to feeding, so they can be able to reason and think with us.
Yeah, that's exactly why they're made to stay hungry. Hungry man can't think clear. That's the plan of it.
Yeah.
You have them starving, running, walking, leaving, just being ran out of their land, and they're all hungry, starving. No, this is the wrong. They're showing us we have to use their tactics and beat them with that. They got them starving, so let's feed them.
Yeah.
Then they'll listen.
Okay. How do we to very good point, Vanna.
Organize like the Red Cross.
Yeah. Okay.
And it's red because of the blood flowing from Africa.
Yeah. Exactly. Just a quick question, Vaname, if I may just add. Now, in the areas that they are having these problems, there's no safety and security. What do you think we should, to be able to feed people, to feel safe? Because I know in areas in northern Nigeria, people are so afraid to go and get help. They stay in the bushes rather than get the help. Because when they go to get the help, guess what? The ISWAP and Boko Haram come at them and take them out. So I think we need to, as well as providing the food, I think we need to do something on the security front collectively. I don't know if that makes sense.
There's groups. There are feeding groups. There are feeding groups, but they don't have enough.
That's true.
There are people there on the ground already.
Okay.
Organized.
Yeah. Okay.
All we have to do is contact them.
That's true. We'll have to. We need to. All of us have to get involved in this. I really think so. And thank you very much for that suggestion, Vaname. I think
$1,000 times $1 is $1,000.
Exactly.
So we don't have to give everything. What we
Exactly.
have to do is just that piece of meat you wanted to eat.
Yeah.
To fill your stomach and your family's stomach. We have to think about our people that don't have anything to eat.
Exactly.
Can't even imagine having their stomach full. We have to just start. We have to come back to being ourselves.
Exactly. We have to take.
We have to stop being so Europeanized.
Very good point.
We have to feed the people. Go to their. When you feed the people, they'll think about you more than they will about a religious figure.
Yeah. Yeah.
But then they'll listen.
Okay. I mean, I think that's one of the things we're trying to do in the group is to tie in awareness with awareness of the Constitution with the feeding program, so that at least we can have something on ground. And I have to be very, very clear about this. The feeding program is not about just food. There are some communities that are able to feed themselves, like Gabriel told us. The problem is that because they're being chased away from those areas, they can't go and farm. So we have to look at how all of us need to be thinking of how we can provide security for those that are able to farm, and then provide food for those that don't are not having access to land to farm. So I think it's a two pronged approach. It's not like a because some people are saying we got food, but we can't take it to the market because we're afraid of being attacked, ambushed, and raped and everything else. So it's a mixture of things. But you make a very valid point there, and I'm really grateful, Vaname. Let us hear from Mr. Salone, and then we'll bring everybody else in again. Mr. Salone, go ahead.
Yeah, how are you?
Good, thanks. Good, thanks.
How's everything going?
Well,
First
good.
time to be on your live, and
Thank
I
you.
want to say thank you.
Thank you.
I've had a lot of things, but there are three flanks we need to really, when we are doing this,
Mm-hmm.
we go back to the drawing board.
Yes.
We look at what our cautos who used to, like Marcus Garvey and others,
Mm-hmm.
when they were thinking about Pan-Africanism.
Mm-hmm.
Now, one of the things that a nation that wants to be great has to be economically strong,
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
has to be economically independent.
That's correct.
And in economical independency, we have to produce more than we consume.
Absolutely. That makes sense.
You see, a lot of time, what they are getting us on is because we can produce to the capacity of our population towards our demography.
Mm-hmm.
And wherever this is, look at even Russia right now. Look at Russia.
Yeah.
With all what is going on right now, Russia can still produce their wheat.
That's correct. That's correct.
With all what is going on around Ukraine still produces their wheat.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Let's look at what this young man is doing right now in Burkina Faso.
Yes, that's incredible.
Now there are Toure.
Yeah, Ibrahim Traore. Yeah, Traore. Yes.
Ibrahim Toure came in and said, how can they be economically strong when they cannot manufacture their own produce?
Indeed.
Because if we look at the sleeve of Muhammad Gaddafi before he was killed,
yeah,
one of the things that Muhammad Gaddafi changed Tripoli, you cannot compare the then Tripoli to even New York.
No.
Because one, this guy became economically independent. He had full security. So there was stability in his country. Because when you have full security, you have energy. You have to have energy to be able to facilitate your powers. Because no matter what happens, you cannot produce without having a constant electrical power.
Indeed.
Electrical supply.
Yes. Indeed.
Because even when we are talking about security right now, when you talk about security, you talk about arms and ammunition, right? To protect the people who want to farm. Okay?
That's correct.
But if all of these things are being imported, nothing is being produced by ourselves. We have to think about it. Because whatever you get economically is going out. It's not coming in.
Yeah.
You see, consumption does not bring return. It
No.
is only investment that brings return. So we have to sit down. Now we look at this drawing board because I will tell you one thing. We are educated, but how were we educated? We were educated within the colonial area and the post-colonial era. Because even in our independence, they give us what we call the PAC. They say the continuation of neo-colonialism. So every individual that was having independence has to sign it. That I am still continuing, though I say I am coming out of colonialism, but I will still continue neo-colonialism. So you see, all of these individuals, one, we does not produce our own money.
Indeed.
Can you just imagine they are frying us with our own oil?
Yes, indeed.
And when they see that we want to be independent,
thanks. No. Thank you very much.
President that was alive, you will see one thing that he came to the point and say, I want to be independent. Let me give you an example of Doe in Liberia.
Yeah.
This was a sergeant who came to power. And one of the things he said, let us pay the American people money because it's an extension sovereign of America. Sooner he said that, they found a way. Who do they use? They are always going to use, right now they are behind Toure.
Yes.
They want to get him.
Yes.
Look at the president of Togo threatening Toure. Can you just imagine your own brother?
Yes.
You see, when you go back to the book of Things Fall Apart, Chino Achebe said one thing. He said, does the white man understand our customs about land? How can he, when he does not even speak our tongue? But he says that our customs are bad. The white man is very clever. He came quietly and peaceably as religion. We were amused by his foolishness, and we have allowed him to stay. He has put a knife on the things that was holding us together, and we are fallen apart. Now, if you talk about the cradle of civilization, you talk about the Mali Empire and other places.
Yes.
Where did civilization come from? You see, the black melony is the only melony that can produce any other color.
That's correct. That's correct. Well said.
Without that, it doesn't go the other way. But if we are going to be empowered, we have to be economically empowered. Our production rate, and we have to have a sustainable energy.
Yeah.
Because if we don't have sustainable energy, we are not going to have manufacturing plants.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because you look at Africa right now, how many African countries that has sustainable manufacturing plant? All our raw materials are brought to the West.
Yeah.
They manufacture our produce and they send it
back to us
for us
to buy.
it.
So we're spending money
Just
two ways. It's crazy.
And what they do to us, can you just imagine some of the percentage of which we are selling our raw materials is maybe 0.0001. And who are only benefiting maybe the mopeds that they have, which are the presidents.
Yeah.
Because the problem with our selection in Africa, we do not select people who have the interest of Africanism or nationalism. We only select people who are selfish. Because when you select a selfish individual, what happens is that he doesn't think about others, he thinks about himself.
True.
Think about what this man is doing. He has thrilled the whole world. Ibrahim Traore is a captain. He said, I'm not going to take a presidential pay.
No.
That is sacrifice.
Exactly.
I am not going to take a presidential pay, but let me still take my captain pay. It doesn't matter what happened because I want to see. Look at the dam he is right now creating. Look at the energy facility he wants to put together.
Yeah.
Because that is the only way if even we keep on talking and talking until we are economically independent. We cannot say we have arrived.
Exactly.
Or we are even closer.
Exactly.
Because wherever you are not economically independent, right now, no matter how they do Russia, they are going to end up on the table to discuss.
That's correct. Because they are independent.
Right now, you look at China who used to be poor. Look at where China is. Look at right now their projection for 2063. Right now, China, the projection of 2063 is that China wants to have at least 40% of their young generation as multi-millionaires, and they are working towards it. These people are producing. You look at America, the trajectory for America right now, America is indebted to China.
Exactly.
So until we are economically independent, until we are energy sufficient, my brother, we have a lot to go with. Thank you for now.
Thank you so much, Mr. Salon. And it's sobering analysis. It's a very, very sobering analysis. And it's a point that we really well made. And I wouldn't even try to dispute.
Can I come in?
Okay, quickly. Yeah, go ahead.
Brothers, guys, let's share. We need to share this program for our friends to, hear the good news.
Yes.
You cannot, come here for your friends or your brother, Man, if you doesn't, share this program for people to hear it, our children can also be enriched as we were before.
That's right.
So we need to share the program for people to, to hear the good news. As, Jehovah Witness knocking doors for people to open their door to get in. We need to do that. So we need to share.
Please tap the screen. Tap. As you're watching, tap. Keep tapping the screen. Thank you very much, Personality Highlights. Tap. Tap the screen. Please help us. This should go far. We are coming with solutions. Raznana, go ahead. Let's hear from you. Go ahead.
Africa is not irritated because the white men came after they came they slept. No, they went to the villages to convince people. Christianity does not come to Africa because we are Christian. We can be proud. I'm a Christian.
No.
Because the white man that came with the Bible, he just came and lived in Lagos and sit in Lagos for people to come and be Christian. No, they went to the villages to spread their good news. So we need to also spread the good news, so that our
Well,
children.
their news was not good news. Their news was really to try and destroy us. So,
Yeah, but
yeah.
their name is good news.
Yes, yes,
This is more good news than their own good news.
yes, exactly,
This is the good news.
exactly,
Their own is fake news.
exactly.
This is the good news.
And
So
we should
need
share.
to introduce the good news to our brothers.
Yeah.
So thank you. So I want everybody to,
Thank you so much. Thank you.
come.
Thank you so much, Raz. I appreciate. I really am grateful for that comment. And this, please share. Tap the screen. Share. Tap, tap, tap. Let us keep the numbers. Keep the love coming. Gifts as well. Let us hear from Nunu. My sister. She's been part of this of the family as well. We've been talking a lot. Nunu, if you'd like to, go ahead. Let's hear from you. Thank you.
Thank you. Though I just joined.
Mm.
Yeah, I think the only way for Africa to go forward is to follow the footsteps of Ibrahim Traore. Because most of our leaders, we don't know what they are going through. It's like a map has been drawn before them and they were told to follow that map.
Yeah.
But they are bound to do that because they are afraid of their lives. You can see sometimes they speak differently going on down there. So, for me, my simple advice is if our president could join with Ibrahim Traore, because these people don't have
Yeah.
to go halfway. You have to go fully and say that I am not standing with you. I don't want any of your policy. I don't want to obey your rules and abide by your rules. I want to be different and independent. Then you get out. But if you say that, oh, please, let's work together, we are all brothers and sisters, it will never work. We have to be vigilant and we have to be, serious in what we want to do to break away from their system, like just Travis did.
Yes.
In spite of that, they still want to put him down. That he's
They're making so many attempts on him.
We just have to stand.
Yeah.
This is just what I want to contribute. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Thank you. And thank you for the gifts as well. No, thank you so much. This is really important for us all. Suggestions like this are what we need to be looking at. We all have to be looking at protecting ourselves and voicing out. We need to be protecting Ibrahim Traore. We have to protect him, on the social media. Anytime we hear anything about him, let us follow that news. Let us keep track of it. Let us make sure we share it. Anytime we hear anytime he does anything with promoting agriculture in his country, let us share it on our platforms. Let us put it out there. When you see him with the pictures of the people meeting the community, going to the communities, let us bring that out. It is very important that we become the eyes and ears of our heroes. So Ibrahim Traore, we need to be protecting him on the social media. Ibrahim Traore, Asim Goita, General Chiani. General Chiani is a hero because he put the Russian troops next to the US in the same base, telling the US you must leave. Now the US are saying, oh, we will need 6 months to get our stuff out of Niger. We have a lot of equipment that is classified. How can the US have a classified information or equipment on a sovereign? Yeah, I'll bring you in. Yes. How can you the US have a classified equipment on a sovereign nation that nation cannot even see themselves? Can you see what we're saying? So all of us now, it is on us as Africans. We are not saying that we have a problem with the US growing in the US, but US is actually interfering with the development of Africa. And that is why we are saying it is time we wake up. I'll bring in, somebody has been waiting to bring on. Let's just have a quick chat. I'll bring in B, then I'll be dropping off 1 or 2 people as we go along and bring you back in. So let's hear from you. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead, B. Okay, hello there. Can I?
Thank you very much. If anybody want to take just drop me and bring the person in.
Thank you very much, Lucifer. I appreciate that. Okay, thank you. Go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead, B. Go ahead.
Thank you, brother.
Yes.
Thank you. Well appreciated. Very interesting conversations. But the way I see Africa, we have been classified as a market, and this market has been going on in order for the West to survive on. To break that chain would not be an easy chain to break, you know.
Yeah.
Sharp guy that come up is always going to be a target to be out of the way, because that means that person is going to put more awareness, and they don't want that awareness to flourish.
No.
Because when that awareness came, you know, then they will not get what they want. You know, but I believe in a civilized and a matured way, there is enough resources for the whole world to lean and survive on if we play it in a fair way and a fair play. You see?
Yes.
But other than that, you know, to suppress the other countries, you know, for their natural resources and then looted that from them, you know, will never bring stability. And when there is no stability, we in the West will feel that as well, because look at the refugees, the amount of refugees we
Thank you, Deborah.
you know, all over.
Yeah.
You know, so we need a tangible thinking, you know, that can, you know, brought us all together in order to live peacefully and exploit the resources in a fair way.
I'm really grateful for that. So you think that
I agree.
hello? Who was that? Who wanted to check?
No, I was saying I would agree with you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Rogers, yeah. I said yes, I agree with him 100%. But I don't think that we are a market to them. We are an opportunistic garden where they're coming and all they're doing is giving us a little pittance, because they're making the price. They're considering the value of our assets, and then they're I think Africa needs to be in a position to which we can determine the price factor for our own goods. And as one of the brothers said earlier, and I think is my top brother, he said that we are not industrializing the continent because not by our own making, but because of those loaner agencies. We have the resources. We don't need to be depending on these loaner agencies.
No.
But because of our corrupt leaders, we are not getting value for our money, for our resources. And therefore, we cannot invest in industry. Now, what we should have done, like Burkina Faso and Mali and Niger, we should have established a collective movement on the continent. It is long overdue. We have been divided so that they could manage us in pieces. We're supposed to unite, and that is what Kwame Nkrumah's visions were. For Africa to unite, to fight together as a group, rather than individualistic approach by separatists and different little tribal countries. We need to organize as a body. We need to establish a meaningful movement where we work together in unison for our common goal and desire, to which our resources, like California from Nigeria, it's a lucrative resource, it's very expensive than gold.
Exactly.
But what the Nigerian government is doing,
they're
not, yes, they made wealth for the people, but you need to start thinking strategically. You need to start thinking collectively.
That's correct.
You need to start opening your arms to your brother, like Burkina Faso, Mali, and Niger, so that we can stand as a unit and not as individual. Because take, for instance, we're talking about unity. We're talking about togetherness. We're talking about economy. But look at, for instance, Ghanaian president. Look what he did.
Yes.
He brought in the American base, another colonial master.
That's correct.
He didn't learn from history. He didn't learn from what has happened. He didn't learn from South Africa apartheid.
Oh, network.
He didn't looking at what is happening in Palestine.
Indeed.
But you're bringing in another colonial master's base with impunity, because you cannot go on the base. That's the agreement. But let me tell you something. One of my Belgian friends told me one thing at a time. He said, look, if you want to do business in Ghana, all you need to do is pay them politician, and they get easy access.
You see?
And at that time, I didn't take it serious. But when I look at what is happening now, these politicians are heavily corrupt. all they're thinking about is their own egotistical agenda rather than the agenda of the people. And therefore, we, the people, need to educate it on the ground because we are the one who are going to make the mistakes to elect these people time and time again.
That's correct.
What's the definition of a fool? Doing the same thing over and over and expecting change.
Indeed.
We don't need to go through this again.
No.
We need to start educating the younger ones. Having these dialogue that is imperative to meaningful engagement. We need to start teaching people how to think. Because if we don't know how to think, how can we strategize?
Yeah.
So it is time that we have these conversations so that we can understand what measures need to be applied to chart a better course for the future of Africa. Thank you.
That's right.
Thank you so much, Yusri. Thank you so much. He deserves a round of applause. Let me just play that. Round of applause. Round of applause. Now, thank you.
Can I say something?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead, Mr. Salon. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
Now, you see, when we are saying most of these things, there are so many factors that we can also look at. Is the electoral process of our leaders. You know, one of the speaker, I think that was Vena, something
Yes.
like that.
Yes.
She was talking about John Magufuli, right?
Yes. No, that was Nunu. That was Nunu. Nunu.
That was Nunu, right?
Yes.
If you had followed the trend of John Magufuli before his demise,
Yes.
he said one thing, and his Minister of Health said the same thing. You know, when COVID came in, let me draw this contrast here. When COVID came in, all right?
Yes,
it
go ahead.
has been around for a while, right?
Right.
There is no drugs for AIDS to this point. COVID came in not long ago, and there was a vaccine produced within a short space of time. But within this vaccine, the vaccine was segregated. There is a vaccine for America, and there is a vaccine that cannot be used in the United States.
You see?
All right?
You see?
There's a vaccine. It is spelled on it that this vaccine, for no reason, can be used within the United States.
You see that?
Now, John Magufuli says this. We have doctors in Africa. We have scientists in Africa. Why don't we come up with our own drugs so that we can be able to treat our own people?
Oh, they won't want that. They won't want that.
But they have to give us our own drug. They say, well, for any reason, none of these drugs that have been imported to us or that have been sent to us as a voluntary help, we cannot use them. They said because if our scientists, our doctors cannot try them, and it's very, very important. A lot of times, you know, most of these our leaders, one of the things that is causing our leaders not to be vocal and not to be vibrant, you know, when they come into power, if you look at the memorandum of understanding between the IMF and the World Bank and other places, the money they give to Africa, my brother, sometimes is just in camera. They tell you where to use it, when to use it, how to use it. And like I said earlier on, our economical independence also stand in the journey of our independence. Because no matter what, if you read the script of what W.E. Du Bois, Marcus Garvey, Kwame Nkrumah and others, when they stood, this is one thing they talk about. If we are economically independent, we are energy sufficient, then there's a lot that we can do without not depending on nobody.
That's correct.
And do you know why Muhammad Gaddafi was making the African Bank? He was doing that because he wanted Africans to loan money without no interest.
And there you go. And they didn't want that. They didn't want that.
And they didn't want that. And this is what Barack Obama said when he went to London. He said one of his mistakes when he did in office. Can you just imagine? They went as far as to sacrifice a council just because of one man. You see how important? And guess who sold the man? It was Yoweri Museveni.
Wow.
A man who he helped. You know, some of these things, when we look at it,
Whoa.
you know, there's a little story that normally says, if the house doesn't sell you, the street will not be able to purchase you. And that is where we have to, until we are educated to that point of nationalism, we come to the realization because even the education we are being educated, we are educated within the colonial and new colonial era.
Yes,
That
that's
is
correct.
the education we are having.
Mm.
And so what we do, we think about self. The few that are thinking about the liberation of Africa, what do they do to them? They look at them like they are an antagonist, they are corruptive, they are barbarians, they will sell them in every angle. And after selling them in every angle, who buys the information? It is us. We who think we are educated, right?
Yeah.
We buy these informations, and what do? We sell our brothers, forgetting the fact that we are selling our future liberators.
Exactly.
And when they are dead, that's the time we begin to think about and retrospect what they said. Look at the brutal killing, the brutal unaliving of Thomas Sankara.
Yes.
By his own childhood friend.
Compaori. Yeah.
And can you just imagine, after which, now today, everybody is going back to the red brick and the statement of Thomas Sankara. Why would we not have protected this man long time ago?
Yeah.
The same thing right now, the same cold hand and the same mystical people are behind Ibrahim Traore.
Yeah, exactly.
As long as they can use you, you become an object.
Exactly. Yeah.
To them. So we have to also sensitize ourselves. We have to redefine our education. We have to redefine our sovereignty. We have to also redefine what really do we stand for. Because if you don't stand for something, you will fall for everything.
Exactly.
And that's where we are.
That's right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Mr. Salone. I'm really grateful for that contribution. Really grateful. Let's hear from WBS. DKS. You've been waiting, so let's hear from you. Thank you. DKS, can you want to chat? DKS, go ahead. Thank you very much, and thanks for waiting. Let's hear from you.
Yeah. I just jump in, but what is the primary topic here?
The topic is really about the fact that in the Congo, 19th of May, there was a coup, and they found 3 U.S. men involved in the coup. And what we are saying is, what as our Kabbalah people, what should we be doing? Should we not, what suggestions do you have that we can actually deal with these people coming to our continent and always destabilizing us? Is it not time we did something collectively? And what is that thing that we must do collectively as well as individually?
Yeah, that's good. And this is not just the first time. It's just that God is revealing them now facially. Their faces are not hide anymore. Before they were passing through the backyard, using our own people to destabilize nations, kill presidents, and all of these things. So these people don't mean good for us.
No.
We all Africans, home and abroad, should know that these people they are not our friends.
No.
They are not. We don't have anything in common with them. They are after us for their interest, and at the same time dehumanizing
us.
Race. So like we should have noticed this all the way back when we came in contact with them.
Yeah.
That is the first impression about them was kidnapping, slavery.
Yeah.
So this alone should have put something in
alarm bell, which I had alarm bells straight away.
These people are not. They don't mean good for you. They don't mean you to develop more than them, and they are passing messages to the other races out there, the Arabs, the South Americans, the Asians. That
but we don't need more information. We need solutions.
Yeah.
I'm coming. So this many people don't know this because they are still admiring them. That is why they are using them.
Yeah.
So the solution is, number one, we first of all have to love ourselves.
Yeah.
Because the first injection they put on us is to hate ourselves.
Yeah.
So that is why when you admire them too much, they manipulate you to kill your brother. They stop a whole nation's.
Yeah.
A good leader who is supposed to do something better, they inject something to you to go and kill them. Then they took over.
Yes.
Whilst they are developing, you are still at the 0 points.
That's correct.
So
That's
we
correct.
have to we have to put a stop to so many things.
Mm.
The relationship we have with them, it has to let's
We have to redefine it and be in control.
Yeah, we have to minimize our interest to them. You know, we can deal with the Asians also. They are not the only people we can have train. We can have developing things from. So we look up to them too much. That is why they are using us and do all sorts of things in Africa. Look at what is the US saying that they Nigeria have to give them 6 months before they leave.
It's nonsense. Absolute nonsense.
Disrespect.
Yeah, utter disrespect.
Disrespect to the highest level. That is why these Caucasian people have the guts to stand election in South Africa, compete with the Africans in the land. I've never seen a black president in Europe.
Exactly.
But they are competing in South Africa. They even want their own country in South Africa.
Yeah.
So we give them space too much. We gave these people too much of our energy. That is why they are doing all sorts of things. So what we have to do is, number one, our mineral resources has to stop going over there. They let them build the factories in Africa, do the finished products there. Then, if they want to buy, they can buy.
Very good.
Taking those things to them, it's like they are creating job for their own children.
That's it.
Whilst they are creating job for their own children, they are teaching their children how to be superior over the black man.
Deep point.
Your children are there in Africa watching on TV, seeing their places look nice, and to come over here. When they come, they look them as nothing. So we have to put so many stops.
Exactly.
So many things we have to disagree with them. Say no, enough is enough. And as for me, as I'm talking now, there is nothing will come out of a Caucasian mouth I will believe anymore. I would rather believe a bad politician in Africa rather than them. Because they are they are deceptive, they are manipulative, and they are making you feel like you are nothing.
Okay, we need solutions.
Thank you so much, DKS. Thank you so much for that. So yeah, we do need solutions. I mean, I think, of course, putting a stop to it, the solutions are what we are looking for, and all of us to partake in it. In every part of the continent, there's destabilization from the east to the west, to the north, to the south, everywhere. There are military bases designed to destabilize our continent. It is on us. It behoves all of us now to begin to address these concerns collectively as a community, because we are a community of our Kebulan people, and we need to come up and solve our problems. Werner May suggested about making sure we feed. If a hungry man cannot think straight, we need to factor that in. There's an issue of the security. We need to factor that in. There's an issue Mr. Salon talked about, i.e. having the ability to be able to produce our own goods. Again, DKS mentioned that now, about being independent and actually having our own factories. All of that will take planning, and it needs us to begin to influence our communities.
And we don't have our people starving.
Exactly.
We have to have a plan from the mother side.
Exactly.
We have to have a plan from the mother
side.
She always think about feeding her children.
True. Very, very true. Good point. Yeah.
Everything else we're talking about is the way men think.
Yeah.
That is not going to feed the children. Everyone on this platform that's talking, you have some money that you can spare that we can start collecting money. You can collect it for us, King.
Yeah, I mean we can do. I mean,
funds together, small pennies together to help change the situation. Not talking about what they're doing.
Yeah,
that's the whole problem. Look how much time we're spending
talking about what they're doing.
No, we have to talk about food, feeding the people. The only reason people go to church is because they're hoping that they're gonna get
some food.
From the sky. Or the preacher. That's what's got them hoping that they're gonna get something better, get a better life.
Let me ask a question as I'm live on here now. How many of us are prepared to actually donate just a pound in equivalent of a pound in money to start doing something? How many of us are prepared? to start saying just a pound. I don't want £5. I don't want a pound in money. Equivalent of a pound or equivalent of $1.
I want 10. I'm giving 10.
To start. Oh, thanks, Vaname. We actually, I mean, I could we can do this via PayPal. Just donate a money into there. Commit to do something a month, and then we start looking. Just £1 a month, and just say, okay, we start putting funds to, okay, this month we look at this country, and we are looking at the whole of the African country, not one country alone, because all parts of Africa is affected, and we can say today we look at Ghana, tomorrow we look at Nigeria, the next day we look at Zimbabwe, the next we look at Kenya, and we start building, because talk is cheap, as they say, So people say, I do not give money, but I donate locally to the hungry when I can afford it. Okay, explain, that's fine. That's a very good suggestion. I like that.
Donate.
Sorry?
We have to donate from the cause, from the
so
heart. We have to donate
what?
If it was someone feeding our children.
Yeah. So what we...
If it was someone feeding us.
Yeah, because what we need to do now, on top of trying to stop the oppression of our people, we have to feed them because we need them.
Yeah.
Okay, let me, of course, I'm going to... personality, sorry about that. I didn't see you. Let me bring her on. I didn't see you.
And there was someone, excuse me for interrupting, but there was someone that asked for food. And I want that person's address when you finish the show.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. So please get me whoever sent me that thing. We'll get in touch with you. We'll do what we can to help. So Deborah, welcome on board. What would you like to say, Deborah? Are you okay? I'll mute you for now. You're not ready yet. Let me know when you're ready to talk, Deborah. I'll mute it. So we're gonna bring in personality highlights, and she can join us. Please, in the meantime, type and give personality highlights. I've accepted I've sent you an invite. So please just join in. Let me.
I think I can do my own donation also.
Okay.
You're ready.
Okay. What I would do is. Okay, DKS. What I would do is I'm going to set up. I have a PayPal, and I will write it. It will be Africa, our Kebulan donations, and then we need teams of people. This is not about.
Thank you, DKS.
Thank you.
That's the spirit. That's all
It's about we
Everything
need.
else is already there for us. All doors will be open for us.
Yeah.
We make the first step.
Yeah. And I think, please, everybody, this is to all of us. This is not to me. This is not for me personally. I'm not interested in that, How do you set up camera to join us live? You haven't got enough numbers to join us right now. Okay. I think the network is... Let me go. Okay, she's going to go and come back. So, Vanna May, can you please talk... I'd like you to just anchor for a minute whilst I go off, and I'll be back in 5 minutes. Just anchor and encourage people like you're doing. So I'll let you carry on with that. I'll be back. So just carry on. I'll mute myself this end. And okay, let me see. Is she back? Yes, I'm gonna accept.
Yeah, I'm here.
So okay, we're gonna you anchor. Then after you've spoken for a few minutes, you can let personality then chip in. But please reiterate what you're saying.
Whoever wants to speak now, please go ahead.
Okay, personality, go ahead. So then Vanna. Thank you.
I hope you're going to be listening in the background. Greetings to everybody.
Yes, I'll be listening. Go ahead.
Yeah.
Greetings.
So I love the fact that we're talking about Congo, right?
Yes.
And we're also talking about Burkina Faso.
That's correct.
Because I can see Congo flag right there.
That's correct.
But let me just briefly talk about Burkina Faso before I talk about Congo, because that's where I want us to, there's a movement already going on for Congo, and I would like everybody here to also be a part of it.
Good.
But I just wanted to say that, there was something AY said that was very important, and you said that when we see African content that is promoting the people that are doing great jobs, like Ibrahim Traore, we need to support it. It's very, very important. When we see, because whether we like it or not, they don't want us to be heard. They do not want us to talk about our problems. So we have been screaming about a lot of things happening, but the media is not controlled by Africans. And they know that the minute Africans wake up, they are going to be in trouble. So it has to take individual.
Awesome.
We have to be very intentional. when we see our content, when we see, and I personally, every day, I make sure I repost at least 20. We need to be
Sorry.
an angry people. Because how is it that you have all of the arable lands, you have everything, you have the beautiful weathers, everything, you have it, and the resources are useless to you. You're struggling, and then on top of it, your people are dying every day because of the resources that you have. We're not angry enough. This is why we're complacent. Like when we look at what our leaders are doing, we sit down and we cross our hands and we clap for them. So I think we need to start getting angry as a people. We need to start coming together as a community and start building resources for ourselves. Like, like you said, the £1 thing.
Yes.
That's a beautiful one. So some people might say, "Oh, I could give £1. Maybe that's maybe money for food. I could do that daily. I could do that weekly. I could do that monthly. Whatever it is you can. We need to start gathering our resources together. We need to constructively come together as whatever small units we have and have a particular project that we want to execute, so that when we're gathering these resources, we know what exactly we're going to use it for. This is the only way that we can do anything meaningful with ourselves. So we really need to, and also I think the reason why we're not angry enough about what's going on is because we don't care about our history. We don't care about African story. Like I think we're very lazy at this point when it comes to what's happening to us. Everybody wants to wait for somebody to tell them what's going on. You have access to the internet. You have access to data. So what is stopping us from researching to find out what's happening and who is responsible for what's wrong with us? I think we also need to be very bold enough to start calling out the bad eggs amongst us. If we have bad leaders that are doing things, we need to be able to share about it and talk about it. I think the minute we stop, this we have a lackadaisical attitude. I think the minute we start looking into that, we would be maybe angry enough to say, okay, we want to do one thing and we want to achieve it. So I think that these are the things that I can say we could start doing. Coming together, making sure that we have some level of resources, because we don't have deep pockets at this point. We do not have deep pockets, and we need something in our pocket so that when we say we want to do stuff,
we do it.
We just don't wish and hope. Yeah, and we have to stop praying. We have to stop praying and start protesting. And, I'm going to land on that.
Wow. That's
What a gift.
wow.
What a gift.
Wow. Personality, thank you so much.
Wonderful what you've done here.
Wow. I'm
Diamond.
I'm really glad. This is what we need to be doing. And personality, I would really want us to please let us make sure we go and follow her. Go and follow personality and give gifts to her. Please. This is the work she's doing here is incredible.
Yes.
And we need to really support it. We gotta get ourselves as units working together, supporting each other. So kudos to her. Kudos to her. Let me get the clap off, the clap to Shin, sing up. So I'm gonna do that. Yes, she deserves it. That's for you, personality. That's for you. And people are donating, giving gifts to you. Please do so. We say that. Yeah, please.
I don't know how to be like diplomatic. Like I like
No,
to look at our
it's good.
problems and
It's good.
joke around it.
No, it's good.
I think we always play these diplomatic games, which hurts us. It makes us run away from truth.
Yeah.
And I'm one of those people that think that as Africans, we need to stop fighting truth. We are fighting truth. It looks like we're scared of the truth.
Yes, we are.
And it's really important we start embracing truth. We
Exactly.
need to start embracing truth. So when things are not going well, say it the way it is. Don't sugarcoat it, and that's what I really stand up for. And I respect and appreciate the compliments. Thank you, people.
No, thank you. No, you're doing the right thing, and and obviously we want to do much more in terms of what we're saying here. We need collective action, but for your message now, people would not understand how bad this is. The 90 million people dead as of 2023, that is shocking. 90 million in Africa, and yet we are worried about what is happening in a few thousand people here and there. Not saying any life is any less, But I'm saying we have to take control of our own situation. And it falls on you and I to begin to deal with that collectively together. Please, let us take that action. I'm going to come back. We're going to set up an account, or or PayPal, whereby you can just a pound, and let us start looking at what we're going to do. A pound. I don't want anything more than a pound. But if all of us can do,
Wait a minute, hold it.
yeah, yeah. Sorry. So
Excuse me, King. Sorry for interrupting, but don't ever say that again.
okay, sorry. Yeah, you know me. I'm just saying,
Please give what you can.
give what you can. Okay, yes, sorry. Give what you can. Give what you can. But we will come back and we will advertise the link for the PayPal account, because I think it's probably the easiest thing that we can think of right now. We will advertise it and we will put it out there, and we will put the link for your donations, and then we are looking for people on ground in every part of our continent to start reaching into those communities where there's poverty, that engineered poverty is being created. I mean, I'm in Plateau, for example, there are 2 million displaced.
The ancestors are having a party.
they have, so please, let us not just, this is not just about talking now. When I come back next time, I'm going to set up a plan. I'm going to speak to Verna. I'll speak to problem solving. In fact, personality, I need to ask your number. Can you inbox me your number so we can begin to do, we need to inbox me your number, personality highlights. Because we need to really, we have to link these things up. And what we want to do is, we will, any area where there are problems, we don't want to just talk about the problems alone. We want people from those areas to come and talk to us on this platform, so that you can get a sense of the urgency, how we must participate in that process. That's what we need to be doing, because it's not just about just talking now, it's about taking action. So when we have that platform, when we have a platform where people are ready to take action and want to follow follow the progress of things, we are happy to do so. Very much like personality said, this platform here, we speak truth to power. Everything we do stands on truth at all times. We come to enlighten, to raise awareness, to engage our people, to begin to see the positive that we have, that we've been blinded to by these religions that have blinded us repeatedly. So it is on us now that we begin to share. And please, everybody watching this, make sure you share to 5, 10, 15, as many people as you can. Just share this broadcast. Share it, because the message in it is about what. Sorry?
Share it and ask them for a donation.
Yes, ask for donations. And we are going to come back. I will be putting the link up for a donation. I'll set it up. I'll speak to Vanna. I'll speak to Personality Highlights. I'll speak to others as well. Just so we can get, so we can begin to start something. And we have to think of Africa, our Kebulan. I'll say the words. Let me say why I'm saying our Kebulan. Listen to these words I'm about to say. Sheikh Anta Diop asserts that the ancient name of Africa was our Kebulan, meaning mother of mankind or garden of Eden. This is by Sheikh Anta Diop, the man who was revolutionary in his work in proving beyond doubt that the people that they call pharaohs in Egypt are African, are Kebulan men, black men. So when he speaks, I would rather choose his words. He proved it. They were laughing at the man, and he came up with irrefutable evidence that they had to admit in the end. So this man, Sheikh Anta Diop, knows what he's saying. He's one of our ancestors now. We need to start taking on the messages that our ancestors have left behind for us and take it forward for our coming generation, so they know who they are. Right now, we don't know who we are. We are beginning to find out who we are, and it requires work from us all. So please, I will come back. I will be coming back with a name for this project, and we need to really, sorry? Go ahead.
Please, can you tell them the meaning of Africa?
Yes. Well, Africa means horror. Sorry, what's it called?
Afri
Yeah.
Afri means separation.
Separation of the soul. Horrific separation of the soul. Sorry.
Let
Yeah, go ahead. Yeah. Go ahead. Say, good.
Afri means separation.
Mhm.
Greek means horror.
Yeah.
And ka means soul.
So, yeah. So, in the full word, Afri,
Separation.
yeah,
What did I say? Separation.
separation, and then of,
Horror. Soul.
that's good.
Separation. Horror.
Of,
Soul.
yes,
Compare that to Mother of Humanity. And
exactly.
Garden of Eden.
And it is actually called, the way,
See the curse.
yeah. The way to remember it best is called horrific separation of the soul. So the words are there, like Werner said, it's the horrific separation of the soul. And like Werner said, just say that again about the comparison. Say that again, please. I want people to hear from you.
Compared to Mother of Humanity and and Mother of Humanity and the Garden of Eden.
Wow.
That's what a cable land means.
Okay. Thank you very much for that.
Everybody should do the research on it because it's just that important now
Yeah.
that we make changes.
Yes, it is. So we have to begin to, in our consciousness, please let us start beginning to look at, I know, and that's the funny thing. Now it is now clear to us that even the name Africa was imposed on us by the colonials. That is the fact now. The name Africa was imposed on us by the colonials. Somebody just said, host, let's work towards opening a business, agriculture, transportation, etc., so we can spread out. I know that, but we have to build it slowly. Let's start off with having, we're working on with a group right now that we're looking at constitution and things, but we can stretch it into agriculture and all the other areas. Son says, AY, are you quite enough to carry out assessment of what is your track record? Maybe then might convince. Okay, that's fine. I mean, I've done things before. I've worked with the Yoruba nation, and whereby every single donation we've raised something like 15, 20, 30,000 pounds, and every single amount we've been able to account for. So I have that record there. That's not even a debate at all. I've got evidence of that. I've done it via this what's it called again? Anyway, this the donations thing that they have. I forget the name now. But I have that record, and it is all there is clear evidence. So this is not on this platform. We are not going to take somebody's money and then I'll be driving a Benz around, a Ferrari around. Oh yeah. No, I'm not interested in that. I want to see people on the ground. Yeah. Go ahead.
Yeah, anyway, sorry, let me say this. Let me just, I understand why people are skeptical,
Mhm.
like when it comes to support and they want to ask for
Mhm.
back records
Yes.
or your history.
Mhm.
But see, at this point,
Mm.
we need to learn how to choose our bias. At this point, I say we need to learn how to choose our bias. We know there are bad people there, but when you see people who have good intentions, let's give them a try. Like, I don't need to have a track record whether somebody has done charity work or not. As long as the person is ready to get started with one, you start one day. So
That's it.
if we're going to keep looking for back records, how do we push more people to be active in something that has to be for us?
Indeed.
So, and this is why, for example, we have seen there's a great content creator from Congo who shares about what's going on in Congo. Her name is The Real Mama Africa. And other people, I think Patricia and so many of them, they've actually complained that people have reached out to them and told them that can they show them pictures of dead bodies? Like, there are some traumatizing things that, as a people, we need to start being conscious.
Yes.
And just not invest so much in that, because for you to want to, like, I'm not saying that's what you said, but we have people that say before we believe what's happening, we want to see pictures of dead people.
Yeah, they'll say, maybe you're just trying to fake.
I'm just saying, I'm not. No. It's very important that we ask these questions, and
It
I
is.
like that you even have a record, right?
I have. Yes.
At the end of the day, let that not be something that limits
Exactly.
us to do something, because
Yeah.
we'll have other people that will come,
Yeah.
to want to do stuff, and they probably don't have back records. They
No.
just want to be part of the movement now.
Yeah.
So I'm just gonna hold it, but yeah.
Thank you.
Accountability, we should have it. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I have something in GoFundMe for the Yoruba sort of emancipation. Yoruba group. I've forgotten the name now, but it's on GoFundMe, and we raised something like £30,000, and we've did every single amount has been accounted for. We give it out to help in getting equipment for people to have motorbikes, for people to be able to protect themselves in their community, those kind of things. This is something that I've done, so it's something I'm used to. It's not a new thing to me, and this is probably on a wider scale. The only difference is this will be on a wider scale. So I will be. I'll actually get the records out and try and give you as much information about that as called. Um, because it is really important for us to know all of these things. I think I believe I still have about maybe another £200 somewhere from those funds. I don't know, between 30 and £200, all untouched, and it will not be touched because that's not me. I'm not interested in that. I want to see our people move forward. I want to see a community have their own light, their roads, their water, their schools, their safety, their security. I want them to live a normal life, not this horror that we're living in. We're living in a horrific situation, as it's intended by the name Africa, horrific separation of the soul, which is what Africa means from the interpretations. And we all know that the Garden of Eden, you've had it, Dr. Sheikh Anta Diop said it. Africa is the Garden of Eden, and it's called Al Kebulan. That we need to we have to start taking the right name. But obviously, the more we unite as a community, the more we can begin to build on this and be able to actually take active collective action. For my African brothers and sisters all over the world who are Africans, so-called African, I use that word, very, very advised. I'm not really keen on using it. I want to say Kebulan, but I'll use Africa for now. For us, it is important we begin to understand that connecting to ourselves and fixing our own problems is the only solution we have. If you're waiting for somebody in the West to suddenly wake up and have a change of heart and reverse everything they've done, it's never going to happen. It falls on our shoulders. We have to use that energy, that the anger that we have, we got to turn it around and use it to propel ourselves forward to fix our communities. Many people are leaving African continent not realizing that they are sitting on gold mines, resources, untold resources that makes them billionaires at a stroke. But because of the misinformation that the religion has is imposed in our minds, many of us don't know who we are. They've separated us from our own wealth, and they've imposed empty lies, looking in the sky for the golden gates. When you have golden gates beneath your feet, you have everything you need and more beneath your feet. All you need to do is to wake up and unite and connect and chase out those who have been giving you, they are feeding you the lies. The religions are there to feed you lies. Let me tell you something before I just want to say this quickly again. This is how religion works. Religion is at the forefront of everything they do. They put religion in front of you. So you're looking at, I'm a Christian, I'm a Muslim. Behind that, they are carrying out with what is called trade. They are doing business. They're forcing you to eat their food. They're forcing you to pray. They want you to pray. They're forcing you to buy their clothes. They're forcing you to wear their shoes. They're forcing you to get the stuff their business makes. This is all behind. All I'm saying here is lined up behind religion. And then finally, to back it up, guess what? They put behind it the military force. So religion comes with force, but they hide it from you. They hide it from you and I. And these are the facts that we must understand. So we have to do better. We must change. I will be coming back and talking about this in greater detail. We're going to formalize the name. Sorry?
May I say something real fast?
Yeah, please go ahead. Go ahead, Venna. Go ahead, yes.
I just want to give a little more information because it's so difficult not to say the word Africa. It's so difficult. It's been drilled into our
minds.
Soul.
Yes. Yes.
So now this, it was very difficult also to find out when that word was first used. They say the 1800s or something like that.
Yeah.
1800s. But it happened at the Berlin Conference. That was one of the creed they made, that we should never again come together. Always be totally destroyed. Every place we walk on this ancestors' bones.
Mm.
The millions of bodies, the bones they found there in Italy recently in a mass grave. We were all over the whole world. So that means what happened to us? And they're still doing it now. They're doing it as we speak. We have no time to be trying to be in the same war that they're in. We're in the war of victory.
Mm-hmm.
We already have the victory. It just takes us moving. God means generate, operate, and generate the idea. Then put it into action, and then destroy anything that goes against us.
Mm-hmm.
And
It
I
is.
just want to say one last thing.
Yeah, go ahead.
That name,
Africa.
Yeah. Africanus was a general in the Roman army.
That's true.
That taught them how to defeat the Africans. That taught them how to destroy them by befriending them first. And then once they accept you, you can destroy them from inside. He also taught them how to use their shields as an umbrella and to cover their bodies, so that the arrows and spears of the black people could not destroy them. He taught them all that, so that's why they use that name also.
Somebody was asking a question before I bring in B. Just quickly, Equire, you'll talk. Then let me just say this quickly. Somebody said, "Oh, Africa is a Garden of Eden." Garden of Eden is from AY from Bible Christmas. AY, are you confused or what? No, I'm not confused, Butter. I'm not confused. These are the words uttered by Cheikh Anta Diop. He is the world-renowned researcher who proved the history of who we are as Africans. I am more inclined to believe in his words than his story that was told by those who came to lie and give us a false narrative about the Bible. You have to remember, what you call the Bible is a version. So in that version, it's been doctored. Whatever they write in there cannot be relied upon. So I'm very, very clear in my thought process. What I'm hoping is that many of us will wake up and see what has been done to us. There is no doubt that there is a history, some sort of a spiritual history that came from Ethiopia. But that history has been corrupted when you now talk about King James Version, because it's a version. The real history comes from Africa. In fact, what they call religion in terms of Christianity and Islam comes from Africa, but that's another story. We don't want to go too deep into that one. What we are looking at right now is how we can help ourselves within the communities. So, Equia, go ahead. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you so much. One thing, I'll make it very simple, very quick.
Yeah.
One thing I discover is that our people, African people, like the melanated people, don't know when to let go, and it's very sad, especially this religion. And before we made Africa great, that one thing I always say is that we need to do away with our educational system and teach our children our history first, and how to love yourself, self-love.
Thank you.
How to love your melanated skin.
Yes.
Melanated skin first.
Yes.
How to love your black, that being who you are.
Exactly.
And forget about trying to be someone else. I discovered some of our women, the hair on their head has nothing to do with them. We start from there. That's how we start from there. Show who you are. And another thing I discover is that we're so much into this indoctrination, and we don't even know how the Arabs came into the North Africa, because there was a place in Tunisia I used to call Hannibal. Some people used to call the Hannibal, the Carthage. They were like great army. They have never taught our people that kind of a thing. All the teachers is Samson and Delilah, Adam and Eve, Cain and Abel. They keep teaching that indoctrination. We have to get rid of it. And they're not even teaching our children. The curriculum in our education is not even teaching them how to become engineer, to fix your road, to fix your to build a road, build a car, they only teach them how to maintain. They don't even teach the pharmacists how to make their own medication. They teach them how to just prescribe. So we have a problem there. That's where we have the problem. And we don't teach our people the power, the hierarchy of things, whereby there's knowledge will consume
power. When you have knowledge, you have power. When you have power, you have wealth. But
Yes.
all our people, the government, what they do, they go straight to wealth. They sell their resources for pieces of paper.
That's correct.
And that's what is killing. That's what
It's an
is
illusion.
bringing our people down. Bringing our people, and then they use religion as a means to like push our people, and our people, they're in church. I told somebody one day, I think a few days ago, I said to them, so these people came with Bible and gave you, and they told you that heaven is full of gates, and the gate is gold, the ground you are walking on gold, but there is gold in your backyard. So before you get to that heaven, you have to die first. Which good father will give you something after you have died? That's it. The God you are even talking about, he wants you to come here to the world and then go to heaven when you die. Why were you created in the world in the first place? I mean, you can't even read between the lines. It's like this religion teach you how to just sit down and believe. It doesn't teach you how to reason. And that's what is killing our people. The more you tell them, the more they fight you. I mean, the fear of heaven. The fear of heaven. And they have to read the Bible. Or when they talk to you, God forgive me, God forgive me. I'm like, what? And the people that brought in this Ottoman Empire, brought in Islam and Christianity, they don't care. They do what they like. They do what they like. The people that brought is like you going to a restaurant. You go to a restaurant and you see that someone is pooing everywhere around the restaurant. You wouldn't eat there. These people came, they don't forgive you, but they tell you should forgive. See the way they behave, see the way you treat us. And you're telling me you're trying to worship the same God with them? What is going on? Now people are not even thinking. I don't know. This religion is meant to make you docile and believe. Doesn't make you think. Doesn't make you fight back.
Yeah.
No, you have to wait because your reward is in heaven.
Yeah.
Everything, heaven and the last. Heaven is the goal. And why are you in this war? Every race are fighting for African resources. It's only African that wants to go to heaven.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's what is finishing. So at the end, and also we need unity. Right? We don't like each other. I always say this thing. Look, in our own, the way I see it, I know there are some snitches, there are some mumus like fools everywhere. But this is the way I see it. If be it from any part of Africa, you can call yourself Southern Africa, Western Africa, Central Africa, Eastern Africa. In the eye of the white man, you are a black person. They don't care.
Yes.
They don't care. You look at your brother, I look at myself. If anything happened to him, it can happen to me next.
So true.
If we have that mentality, we go far. If you don't have that mentality, you'll be here forever. But if you have that mentality, is that I help my brother, just like the Chinese man would do.
Yeah.
If you have that mentality of fixing and teaching our people, the upcoming generation, that cut away religion, cut away democracy, even democracy.
Yep.
Cut away those things. It's just putting in puppets. Just
exactly.
Take our resources. We don't need pieces of paper. We just look at money as a piece of paper, but use your resources to produce something that will make them come. This is the value of this thing. If you can't buy it, then leave.
There you go.
So if we can't do that, then we are in trouble. And also to round up, to scare away these Western people, Western powers from putting our hands in our face, we need to have our own nuclear weapon. Why I say this is that number one. I know you might ask me to say this. No, hold on. Hey, wait. The reason I'm saying this is that, can you wait, please? Can you wait, please? I didn't interrupt you.
Okay, hold on.
Thank you.
Hold on.
Can you wait, please?
Okay.
Can you wait?
But we do not need
The reason I'm saying what I'm saying, no, just wait, please. The reason I'm saying what I'm saying is, number one, I look at countries that are very okay, that the West don't attack. They have it. You look at Iran. You look at Russia. You look at North Korea. Those countries, do they attack them? No, they don't threaten them. But the threat is on Africa. Why? Because we don't have anything to protect ourselves. No. Look at China. Do they attack China? Because if you have your military might strong, you can build yourself.
We're coming. We're here at that point now. You see? Many more countries. What I'm saying is
that
you need to be sovereign. One of the things that meant to be sovereign is that you have your own military might.
I agree. You know something. Vanna, and you are both right from how you're saying both saying it, and I'll tell you why. On one side, you're right. The long-term strategy is for us to have that, but right now we can't have it. But it's a goal to aspire to. What we can do is just follow the example of Ibrahim Traore, Asim Goita, and General Tiani. What have they done? They are partnering with people that is willing to help them to get to that stage. So that so both sides are there. So I'm not going to say rule out one or the other. We need both going forward, and it is relevant. I'm really grateful you made that point, Equire. Honestly, it's very important, and we have to highlight it. So yeah, but
It's happening right now. It's happening right now.
exactly. So let me just bring in B because I think he's been wanting to talk for a while, and then let's I'll see where we go.
Step down. By someone else go.
Okay. No, yeah, you go ahead. Yeah, thank you. No, 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 no.
Thank you,
Okay. Okay. Okay.
thank you,
Yeah.
brother.
Yeah. Go ahead.
Interesting.
Yes.
But
Go ahead.
as I said before, we were, you see, the Western education to Africa is not actually there to help Africa. The Western education to Africa was just there in order for the Africans to be able to communicate with them.
That's correct. That's correct.
To make the communication easy.
This
is why we lack in the engineering sector, in the pharmaceutical sector, and all those things that can be beneficiary to mankind. We are far behind of that, you know, because they don't want us to know anything about that.
No.
You know, and then also
we're on the way up.
Yeah.
See,
yeah.
we're on the way up. Just the fact that we are here meeting and talking about these things. Look how far we've come. And it's amount of time, right? Everything is happening according. Everything is happening on our side now for the best. Everything's happening. All we have to do, well, we have to also be a participant in that, in the vision of seeing African children going to school to learn about them.
Yeah.
Thank you very much, TBG.
Okay, but then there is also a saying: the longest day must have an end, or must have a night. We are now entering to that era, and that era is we need more mobilization and sensitization for us to be self-conscious enough, because when you get your self-consciousness, you can't be fooled.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right.
When you lack that, you can easily be fooled. And this is how they manipulate our own brothers to go and kill our able presidents or able people that can be supportive to money. They go and kill them because they lack this self-consciousness.
Yes, there's never been a defeat of us without having one of us.
Yeah, in there. Exactly.
So, because if you are conscious enough, how can you go and kill somebody that is supporting you and that you are relying on?
Yeah.
So that means you are still sleeping, you know.
Indeed.
Waking up. That's why we're gathering now.
Yeah.
See,
Let me. Yeah, I agree with you. Now, going further on what you just said there, my brother, it is so true. It's about removing this stripping away those things they've used to cover, to blind us. But working in our communities relentlessly, tirelessly, for the same common goal, which is our ultimate freedom, so that we can now begin to live our best lives on that continent from one generation to the next. But it requires effort, continuous effort. Go ahead.
That is
they're never sleeping. They're never sleeping.
Yeah.
That is to educate each other, to sensitize each other, that actually what you feel is the same way I'm feeling, you know.
Indeed.
You see,
Because
you see, there is one thing, when the mass is aware, they are the supreme power.
Yes.
But let's say if at all it's 100%, and that 100%, only 35% are awake. And the 75%, they don't want them to be awake.
Yeah.
Because they want to control them.
But they can't control them like they did before.
Yeah.
Because it's all out. Because now we are moving in. See, what
We
I'm
have to-
saying, when we're putting our energy to them, it's a waste of energy. All our energy has to be going towards building us. Forget them. Forget them. It takes a thought. How can we build us? That is that's what we have to do now.
Where I'm coming. That's where I'm coming. I said, we need to sensitize each other to know that actually what we feel is what I'm feeling. But what you are feeling, the other one doesn't know that. So even whatever hard work you do, eventually will turn down to zero because it is not reaching to where it should reach.
Yeah.
But you can't get a stone to bleed.
No. But what
You can decide which people that are good for
Yeah.
you. When people give, then they're on your side.
That's it.
But when people give freely, they're on your side. But when people are making promises and don't do nothing but talk, then you know that that's not a person that you should be with.
Exactly. It's true.
But if you are geared with reality and justice, whether you got people or not, because at the end of the day, that always prevail. You cannot deny that. No one can deny that. What is the fact is the fact, and what is not the fact is not the fact.
True.
So I really have to believe something. This is the truth, and this is what we need for our benefit of tomorrow. Imagine. We are going through this. What about the next generation coming? There's nothing for them.
No.
There's nothing for them.
That's why we're doing what we're doing now.
That's not true. We're making the way now.
Yeah, we're doing what we're doing now. We are doing that. Let's hear from Minister Kunle Ministries, please. I know I lost touch for a while, but welcome back. Let's hear from you. Thank you. I remember our last discussion engaging.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
First thing I want to say is that this platform is, I've seen a lot of platforms, but based on what I know, this is one of the best platforms you can be on
Thank you.
as an African.
Thank you.
So I want to encourage you guys to like and share. We have 16 likes. If you can get it up to 50 likes.
Yeah.
We have 11.8 thousand likes. So that's the shares. There's 16 shares. Want to get it to 50 shares. We have 11.9k likes. Let's get it to 15k, please. Just tap on the screen.
Yeah, please.
Tap on the screen. It pops. It's on to 12k likes now. Yes. So let's get it to 15k likes and share. This is one of the best platforms you can be on.
Thank you.
At least because it listens. So now we have gotten off religion. Leave religion. Religion is too deep. We need food and electricity. But a quick one, I have something to share. If you are in the United States, with the permission of the host, if you are in the United States, you don't have a job, you've been kicked out by a white man, you're being oppressed. We have a community in the United States. You don't have a job, you're selling crack, you shouldn't be doing that. There's a brother, his name is Mark. In fact, I should call him a father because he's around 50, 60. But he's got a land, he's got a land in Baltimore. You can work with him. You will have something to eat, and you will have clothes to wear at least, and somewhere to sleep. You don't need to sell drugs. You don't need to do all those kind of things. He's in Baltimore. He's a father. He's got a family. He's got a big company. He's got a theater. So go to Baltimore. If you're hearing us from the United States, your passport.
What's his name?
Literally your skin color.
What's his name?
His name is Mark.
Mark.
M-A-C-K.
Okay.
So his website is Be More as Coalition. Okay, so it's coalition for a positive change.
Okay.
So you need something, you're there. You come from Nigeria, wherever you are lost in the United States, you don't know where to live. You can go to him. You'd have something to pick up from there. So thank you so much, EY Citizen. You've made a positive change. Religion is not what you need to touch now. I have deep things I can say about religion like I did the last time, but let's just leave religion. When we have food, we have electricity, we can start bowing down 5 times, 10 times. That's all of that is story. Let's eat first, and let's have electricity and power. And talking about DR Congo, what we need to do really is to get that country to where Ivory Coast is, or rather,
Ivory Coast. What was I going to say? Ivory Coast. No, we're going backwards. Nah, we don't want to go backwards.
So for every cell phone you hold today, literally, without exaggerating, I don't want to exaggerate, maybe 30%, 40% of every cell phone you hold on your hand today, the battery, the cobalt that makes the batteries come from Congo. Am I correct?
Yeah, that's correct. Yes, you're right. Yes.
Exactly. So, and another thing, White Citizen, I was expecting your chat. You're working on the Constitution.
I am. I'm sorry. Can you inbox me your number so I can add you direct? Because I couldn't remember your name. But I've written it down. As soon as I saw you now, I wrote it down. So I'll be able to track you. But inbox me your details and I'll add you, because we're doing something now. We're actually trying to raise some funds that we're going to be using to put forward this idea of the constitution in the communities. So we need as much help as possible in that area to start really taking concrete action. So yeah, you come at a very opportune time, really.
I'm going to give something towards that by God's
Okay.
grace, by the way.
Okay.
So
Thank you very much.
next,
Yes.
next, we're also working on an African platform. As you are now a white citizen, if TikTok sees that Africa is rising and they want to shut you down, China doesn't feel threatened by Africa, but Europe does.
Yeah.
The United States does. Because you are the one driving the economy. I'm literally in Europe myself.
Mm-hmm.
I work, I pay taxes, I drive the economy. So if you begin to threaten China, they will shut your platform down.
Exactly.
So we are creating a platform. Yes. So I'm not raising funds. Well, not that we can't use money, but we don't need money per se. We just need people to come on the platform and register. We don't need money as such. If we get money, we can use it. We have our developers, we have our graphic designers, and we're working on it. So we just need you to also copy your TikTok account on that platform. It's not live yet, is the thing. Okay, but if you see our channel, you can follow it, and that's what we're working on currently. So just share that information about that constitution.
Yes.
We push that from Nigeria. Yes.
Good, brilliant. I will. Yeah. What you please inbox me, and I'll try and inbox you as well, because that way I can get you on board. Because there's a lot that we need to do now that's come up from this program. Because the issue with the Congo has made us realize that it's not just the Congo. You're looking at Sudan. You're looking at Ethiopia. You're looking at Niger. What they and in fact, as I speak now, U.S. is refusing to leave Niger. They say, oh, our equipment, our classified equipment, we need to take it out. Equipment that Niger people, the president of Niger cannot even see, is in Niger, and they're saying, oh, we can't move out. I mean, this is crazy. So
yes, what they're trying to do is to get Nigeria and Niger to fight together.
Yeah.
If they can't get Nigeria, do you know there was going to be a war when the president of Nigeria was going to send troops into Nigeria to fight Nigeria? Do you remember that period?
Yes,
exactly. So if they can't get you to fight, they want to at least fight with Russia in a proxy war in your land. That's what they want to do. And you can imagine if you fight a proxy war.
Yes, we don't want that. They get what they want in the end. We don't want that. We don't want that.
So you destroy the people, there's a free land for you. So that's what they want to achieve, but they're going to fail, is the thing.
Yes, they are.
So exactly. Oh, you dropped someone. I think you dropped someone mistaken.
No, they came in, but they left. I think they probably were busy doing something. So go ahead.
So if we get that constitution in the mouth of the people in their local language,
That's correct.
Animation,
That's correct.
What their rights are.
That's correct.
Yes.
You're the guy with the animation. Animation, fantastic.
Exactly.
Now, yes, I will do. Kunle Ministries.
You see, get it in an animation. See, there is no constitution in this world, AY citizen.
Yeah.
There is no constitution in this world that if you follow it, that country will not become a paradise.
That's correct.
I mean, no. Let me say 95%, so I don't exaggerate. I don't like exaggerating. If you follow the constitution of any reasonable country or nation, that nation will become a paradise. There's a reason why countries changed over the years. The Roman Empire used to kill people. They could snap like this and you could kill people. That's not happening anymore.
No.
There's a spiritual reason why it's not happening, but I'm not going to discuss that.
Yeah.
This is a different topic today.
Okay, of course.
If you follow the law of any country in this world, no matter how wicked the country is, that country can potentially become a paradise. But the people don't know the law.
Exactly.
So we can work with you on animations. We can give
Okay.
funds. We have some developers. We have graphic designers. We can bring them on your team to work on that thing. We can do the same thing for Congo. We're not segregating.
No.
We can do the same thing for Congo. We can do the same thing. Guys, please share the video. It's still on 16. Let's get it to 20.
Yeah.
20 shares at least.
Please,
Shares.
please do. Let's share. I urge you all. Let's continue to share. Thank you very much, Kunle Ministries. I'm going to be in touch. I've got your detail now. I remember it now, so I will be doing that. But Vaname, I wonder if you wanted to chip in, add more to what's been said. If you want, do you wanted to add anything? Did you have anything you wanted to add to what he was saying, or
Fantastic.
Good.
Everything everybody you want, everything you need.
Good. Now, what?
Thank you so much, B.
No, thank you, Venami and Narada. It's really, really important that we all begin to be part of this process. Let me hear from Butter. Butter, I wanted to say something. I wanted to hear what Butter is going to be saying. Butter, go ahead. Hashtag Free Congo. Yes, put it up as well. So, Butter, what would you like to say? Butter, can you? Let's hear from you. Hello, Butter. You want to talk? Hello, my brother. Are you there? Butter. Yeah.
I think he maybe he's sleeping or something.
Yeah, it looks like
But
he's.
he's gonna speak once he comes online.
Okay. Okay, I'll leave him out there because he
He's
seemed
gonna
to.
speak once he comes
He
online.
threw me and
So,
then. Yeah, go ahead. Go ahead.
but can you discuss more on that vision? Because we need to move these things forward. What is happening is very, very deep. It's a spiritual movement. But like I said, today is not a spiritual talk. It's
No.
a deep spiritual movement that is beyond any one of us, you see.
Mm-hmm.
But speak more on your vision, please, AY citizens, so we can all understand it fully.
Right. Okay. I mean, the what we're looking at this point is for the whole of Africa. One thing is very, very clear. We may believe before Africans believe that we're suffering different problems. We have a myriad of problems, and it's caused by various things. But no, it is coming the same. The source of our problem is the same. The colonial invasion, and those colonial invasion have now put systems in place that makes it virtually, practically impossible for us to be able to interact freely and develop our continent. Every process that we are involved in involves feeding their system. Every process that we are involved in involves feeding the system they have imposed on the African continent. Be it religion, be it trade, be it education, be it manufacturing, you name it, whatever you care to name, it is us feeding into a system that is imposed on Africa. The only people that can remove it are you and I. And it requires a systematic process. I know you are going to disagree with me about this in terms of religion, but we need people to be free to think. The religions that have been taught thus far, they tell people what to think. And where we need is for our people to think.
You bring about the religion. There is nothing wrong about the religion. The religion is a guideline to our way of life.
Yeah, but my brother, it's important to understand this. I'm not criticizing the religion per se. I'm saying the system that brought it on you. The people has made our people cannot think outside of that area. Any problem they have, they always go back to the Bible or the Quran, and they are not able to reason out. So, but listen. Before I go too far in, please just hear me out. That's just one tiny aspect. The problem is that foundation of that religion now means that if you look at what has been created, look at the nations created. It is under the platform of the religion that people have been told to follow. Everything else lines up behind it. And that is the key thing we have to understand. Once you remove that and people are able to freely think, they will create their own areas, their own systems. Africa had a viable trading route that was functioning for the whole of Africa. Right now, as we speak in Africa, the trading route in Africa goes outside of Africa. Everything. Your resources go straight out of Africa. It doesn't stay in any part of Africa, it goes out. The only thing that comes into Africa is finished products. We have to change that.
We agree that the first university of world comes from Timbuktu.
That's correct. That's correct.
And and the language being taught there is part of the religion as well, don't you know?
My brother, let me say this. What you call religion is actually spirituality. Ethiopians came up with what is now Christianity, and we know that in Mali and the other areas, that is from areas where the what you call Islam came from. It's many of what we have that is being sold back to us in a different form. So let's not. I'm not arguing, please. I don't want to be arguing about the semantics of the religion. I need us to understand that it is used as a tool. Whether or not you believe in it, it is used as a tool, and the tool is being used to divide us. What we have to recognize is how we can actually break away from it and practice it if you so wish. I would rather that you practice the African side of things in terms of of that so-called religion than the colonial side of it, because that is the key thing, you know. Yeah.
Yes, I get you. A and B. You are both on the same page. Don't waste your energy.
Yes. Okay. So let's.
On the same page.
Yeah. So
We're exactly on the same page.
yeah. So
See,
now
forget people don't care what you worship. Give
let's.
them food.
That's
And
correct.
electricity. That's what
Now,
we need in Africa.
now, now.
Right.
Exactly. Now,
That's right.
now, to be able to do the bits that we talk about, what is really driving us right now is the idea for our people to know their constitution in their local languages, be it French or English. They are not. If you have it in English and in Yoruba, English and in French, they won't understand it. They they have to have it in their mother tongue so that they can be able to converse in their language and say, no, I don't agree with this. This is my right, and they can claim for it.
Tell us about.
So
Yes, that's where I started.
yeah,
White citizen.
yeah.
Tell us about that vision.
So
want to see more. Like I said, we can support you with animation.
yes.
And that's what we're trying to do.
So
And those other things.
so
Please
the
tell us more about that vision, Nigeria and Congo.
yes. So now, in terms of Nigeria and Congo, what we need to do, obviously, in Congo right now, it's in a war situation. We cannot go in and say we want to talk about constitution directly. We have to actually help them in terms of feeding, in terms of awareness of how to protect themselves. Now, when they get to the situation whereby they are able to now hear that message, now we can deliver that message. So Congo, for me, of course, I wanted to be able to be aware of the constitution and be fighting for that. But that's not what they did now. People are being unalived as we speak. Somebody just Princess highlights just said she said something amazing, incredible, that 90 million people was up to 2023 have been killed, have been unalived. So this we need to take action, and that action has to be appropriate for the area and the environment that we're in, not forgetting our goal of making people being aware of their ability to hold their governance to account through participating in the governance. That is also part of the process, but it has to be staged.
Let me help you.
Yeah.
Let me help you respond to a comment. Somebody was saying,
Yeah.
what language in Africa is French, Spanish, or English? He's not saying there's a language in Africa that is French or Spanish.
No.
He's saying that if you give constitution in French
Yeah.
or English,
That's correct.
you won't understand. So
Yeah.
you need to put it in their local language.
Let me thank you very much for that, Miss Lady LJ. What I'm saying is, you see, I'm not an Englishman. I'm a Yoruba man. I can speak Yoruba. So if they wrote the constitution in Yoruba, which I've translated the Nigerian constitution to Yoruba, I'll read one section to you in Yoruba, and I'll say it to you in English, and you get a clearer picture. Now, what the constitution means in Yoruba is this: Section 14(2)(a) talks about your sovereignty. Ìjọba jẹ́ ti àwọn ènìyàn Nàìjíríà láti ọ̀dọ̀ ní síjọba nípasẹ̀ òfin orílẹ̀-èdè gbogbogbara àti àṣẹ rẹ̀. Now, what did I just say? In English, it means sovereignty. 14(2)(a) says, sovereignty belongs to the people of Nigeria, from whom the government, through this constitution, derives all its powers and authority. Now, the key difference is that somebody in my language, in Yoruba land, if you speak to them about the constitution in English, one, they are going to be in awe of you. They're going to be like, oh, he's speaking English, but I don't understand. It sounds very nice, but you're not communicating any message to them. They're not getting any message. They are just in awe. That's all. But now when I say to them, this is your power, you can hold your government to account in Yoruba language. Now, they can hold on to it and go, hang on. No, I'm the sovereign. You need to do what I'm telling you. So now you are now engaging them, encouraging them to participate in their governance. That is what we need to do across the whole of Africa. It is. So that is what we are trying to do on this platform. So, yeah.
Sorry, B, you want to say something before I speak? Sorry.
Yeah, go ahead.
No, go ahead.
Okay, yeah, so.
So this is what I want to say. Let me give you a very powerful strategy today. I'm a social media marketer to some extent.
Okay. Okay.
Now, let me give you a very powerful strategy, which we'll begin to talk. Once you message me, we'll talk more.
Yeah.
Yes. We'll start the conversation now.
Yes, of course.
What you need, AY citizen, is a 30-second video, or at most, maybe 1-minute video, that will take the most important part of the Nigerian Constitution.
Yeah.
Just follow me. You can write it down if you want.
Yeah. Go ahead.
60-second video. That would take, like the one you quoted now, I've literally typed it down. Section 14(2)(a). Is it?
That's correct, yes.
2A.
Yeah.
So we need like 2 or 3 of those. That is the most powerful you can extract.
That's correct.
If you have read the whole constitution and you have translated it in a language, is that correct?
That's correct. Not all of it. I've done to section 53 because it's a big job. It's not, but it is not. And I also have to be doing the work I'm doing here. So it's yeah.
Another quick tool I can give you straight up right off the bat for free is that you can open your Google Translate, put the section of the constitution.
But I'm already using that tool in conjunction with making sure it fits, because I use that, then I then also make sure it fits in the way, because I understand the language. So I'm combining that.
Let me go back to the first point.
Yeah.
Great. So you need a 1-minute video, at most 1 minute, that you pick up the most potent part of the constitution, we translate it to the 3 major languages in Nigeria, we put it into an animation, then we push it viral in your language.
Yeah.
It's going to become a skit that people will dance to.
That's correct.
They shouldn't be dancing, opening their naked body on the internet.
That's correct.
Doesn't change anything.
No.
So you see,
we'll be in touch. We'll be in touch. I like the idea.
You sing it, in fact, you don't even make it a word. You make it into music. Music is so powerful. It's a spiritual thing. We can't discuss spirituality here. That's not the topic.
Yeah.
You make it into an African skit.
Yeah.
And they sing it in their language.
That's correct.
And this thing your president will be very angry. Your president will be very angry about that, because he knows the people are about to be set free.
Yeah, exactly.
You don't need to put his name. He can't.
No.
In fact,
No.
what you're doing is quoting the law.
That's it.
That's what
So
we need to do.
yeah. Thank you. We will do some more work behind the scenes. I like that idea, and that this could be something that we replicate that across the whole of Africa in all various languages. So we're looking for more people to take that on. It's not just about myself. It's about all of us, because we need to free collectively. This is not a job for one single person. It is a collective effort, and it will require us to interact to be able to come up with these suggestions. I've got ideas and suggestions along those lines, like you're saying, Kunle Ministries, and I'm very grateful for that. So we are going to take that on board. Let me hear from Miss Lady J, Miss Lady LJ. Go out. Well, welcome aboard. Hi there.
I'm enjoying this conversation.
Thank you.
I'm always stopping in places probably where I have no business.
Oh, you have every business here. You are African.
Yes, I'm loving it.
Welcome.
And what I just heard from the young man is so powerful to me, because he's not just going over the problem repeatedly. He is coming up with solutions. Solutions.
That's it.
The translation, because I understand, even though I've never been to the continent, I'm in the USA.
Yeah.
I understand there are a lot of different languages.
That's correct.
Everybody needs to know what the Constitution says. They need to fully understand it. And just like they divided the continent into bite-sized pieces so they could just keep taking bites at it until the whole thing is gone, the Constitution might need to be also broken down into little bite-sized pieces, because it's easier to digest that way.
That's correct.
Music, as he said, is a wonderful way. People will learn a song and sing the song.
Exactly.
The children will hear it, the older people, and everybody in between will be walking around knowing the Constitution.
Exactly.
As opposed to showing the backside. Because that seems to be real important to young people.
That's correct. Yeah. Wow.
I don't get that part.
No.
What is the obsession with booty?
But
everywhere.
The thing is, that's what they've been conditioned to think that will make them move forward, and that is the dumbing down of the communities, the entire societies. That's why we have to come in with this really important information. And you make a very important point there. That very, very important point there, actually.
So can you get the musicians on board?
Yes, we can.
That would be viral.
Yeah. Yes, exactly.
Viral.
Yeah. So
knowing the Constitution, leaving your religion at home or church or someplace
That's
else.
it.
When having these conversations.
That's it.
Because I don't know. It seems you just have two basic religions in your country, but in my country, people practice, and I'm calling this my country because
Mhm.
that happens to be
Yeah.
where my
Well,
mother gave birth.
exactly.
I didn't have anything to do with it.
Mhm.
I
No.
didn't have a choice. Nobody
That's true.
asked me.
True. True. True.
So I was born here, and
Yeah.
that's that. I'm going to
Thank
visit
you.
the motherland.
Yes,
I
you're
know-
welcome. You're welcome. You're welcome. You're
I
most
know
welcome.
these are my people.
Yes.
But I love these conversations because I've been in so many
Mhm.
that people are arguing about religion.
No, no, no. I'm not interested in that.
No.
It's changed now.
No.
As a tool,
Lady, I'm going to follow you.
Mm.
please do. Used as a tool
Mhm.
because how can somebody bring you a book
Mhm.
in another language that
Mhm.
you don't understand? They interpret it to you. You know what their ruler, King Leopold, told them to do.
Oh, I know that letter.
What you got to tell them?
Exactly.
Tell them whatever you need to.
Exactly.
Just bring that gold back here.
That's correct. That's correct.
So they cherry pick parts of
Yeah.
it to tell you that it's okay for you to
Mhm.
be unalived, poor,
Exactly.
while I get wealthy.
Mm. Mm.
No.
Mm.
No.
Talking about
If that's what you want to believe, that's fine.
Mm.
Can you do that at your house?
That's it. It's
And
true.
when you come out to vote, don't tell me about that.
That's it. That's it.
That's your belief. It's not mine.
That's
And
it.
can you please allow me to practice whatever I want to?
That's it.
Maybe I don't want to do religion at all. Can you leave me alone and let me do that?
Yeah.
That's my soul, not yours.
Thank you. Thank you so much. I'm really grateful.
But I hear it in all of the African lives pretty much all the time. You can't have a conversation about nothing
Mhm.
unless somebody is going to take it over with religion. There is nobody, my belief, even the Lord helps those who help themselves.
Mhm.
Stop for something to drop out of the sky.
That's correct.
You got to do something.
That's it.
You can pray
That's
and
it.
then go do what you got to do. Now, if you need to translate the Constitution, if you need to do some songs and videos, pray while you're doing it. But you got to do something. Except that docile thing that you were trained to do
That's it.
by the oppressor.
That's it. That's it. That
Because
is it.
he will keep you in that state if he can get you to keep believing whatever he told you that book said. I'm not saying don't have a belief,
No.
don't have spirituality,
Mm.
but it is an individual thing. You
That's
can
correct.
get together and do it in groups.
Yeah.
But don't do it in public
Yeah.
spaces when people are talking about something to improve
To prove the lives.
condition
Mhm.
of the entire nation.
Mhm.
exactly. And I have
Thank
something
you.
to say for
Thank you.
diaspora in the United States because I see MS ladies in the United States. I've mentioned about Mac is in Baltimore, Maryland. He's got a land, he's got farmland, he's got a very big land acres, I believe. And if anybody's in Maryland or literally anywhere in the United States, he's got a farm, and you can work with him, you can volunteer, or you can work with him. If you're on the street doing stuff, selling drugs, selling your body, you don't need to do that. Exactly.
FYI, sir, when we talk about uniting, I think the last thing we should do is be pointing out whatever flaws you have. There are waxy people here too.
Yeah.
And they're going to take that and run with it.
Yeah. That's true.
Everybody in America is not doing whatever went on in 1969. We passed that. There was an epidemic here. They caused it, and it's now fixed.
Yeah.
Now, you can't stop individuals. You know, I personally
Yeah.
have worked 2 or 3 jobs if I needed to do that because I needed some more money while trying to go to school and raise kids.
Exactly.
Everybody
Wow.
here is not on the street corner.
Exactly. Exactly. I think.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Most of us
Yeah.
are chasing money because there are so many jobs available. Some of them you want to do, some of them you don't. When you see you don't want to do that job, but you're not qualified for the one you are, now you see us trying to go to school.
Yeah.
I went to school, took courses at night, took courses online. Everybody ain't out on the street corner here.
Exactly.
Please
No.
don't put that out into
No.
the atmosphere.
No. That's true.
That was a movie
It's.
from 19
Yeah.
Yeah, well, when it comes out your mouth, it struck a nerve, hit me right in my forehead.
I see. I understand that.
But the
I see that.
the farmland thing, that was a positive. We like positive. And putting that information out there is great. Let's need to throw that other
no. Miss Lady LJ, I'm real grateful for your comments there, and it's insightful as well. Let us. I take on a lot of what you said. And thankfully on this platform we try to get a really balanced view. Our focus is problem solving, which you keyed into, and that's very much what myself, Vanna May, problem solving, and many others on the platform, and personality highlights talked about. We are looking into solving problems, so coming together as a group of Africans and actually saying, no, we have the solution. We actually believe in ourselves. And what we would like is our communities to come together and actually solve those problems, themselves, that self-belief. So I'm really grateful for your comments there, So that's what we're really about. We're at this point we're trying to make sure that our people start taking action rather than just waiting. All the wars going on across Africa, we now know what's going on. It's the military bases that the Western countries have got in Africa that's creating the wars and creating this destabilization in Africa. And we need to take action. If the puppets, once those in government in Africa, they are puppets of the West, so they're not going to do anything about it. That's why we are supporting Ibrahim Traore of Burkina Faso, Asim Goita of Mali, the General Chani of Niger. Those guys, they are doing what we need to do, and we need to we have to get their names and their great deeds out there to the ether, to reach every corner of this earth. Yes, that's why.
You have to be able to protect them.
Yes.
All that division,
Yes.
You gotta remember, stay focused on who the real enemy is. It is not your brother.
That's correct.
It's not your neighbor. I don't care what your differences are. They are not your enemy.
That's correct.
Matter of fact, you're gonna need each other because when the showdown comes and they start in one place, I promise you, it will be like an infection. They'll just go further out and pick everybody off one by one. You will need your brother.
That's correct.
You need your neighbor.
Thank you.
Don't lose focus on who the real enemy is.
Exactly.
Exactly.
And conniving.
That's it.
Don't ever forget who the enemy is.
That's correct.
Because some people get sidetracked with that. They think it's your neighbor.
Exactly.
South Africans talking against everybody else like we're a whole group by ourselves. You are not.
No, it's true.
The enemy is the same everywhere.
Yeah.
Not only in Africa, but around the globe, we are done the same way.
Yeah.
We melanated people are treated the same all over
Facts.
the globe.
Facts.
Let's share the video, guys.
Yes, please share.
Let's share the live.
Yeah.
Let's get it to 25 or 50.
Yes.
And we're going to
Yeah. So
so let's get the likes. 20K likes.
So focus solutions on the solution is important. And more conversations about the solution. Today, I have heard some solutions. So brainstorming with solutions. I'm glad, host, you don't allow people to come in and just throw this train off the track talking about religion or tribalism. See, I don't even know what tribe I came from. Don't know, don't care. Home is a whole of Africa to me. When I get there, wherever I put my foot down,
it's home. It's home. Yes. Our Cable Land.
Situation where the African countries that are opening their borders, if you are in the United States or in the diaspora, you were born there, you can get a Nigerian passport, you can get a Senegalese passport, or some of those countries.
And Kenya as well. Kenya apparently. Kenya as well.
Yeah, exactly. So just apply.
Yeah.
Sorry.
There's about 5 places. I'm aware.
Okay. Good.
So whenever you're ready, you get the passport.
Yes.
Exactly. If anything happens to the US, it's going down. We don't need to go down with it. Okay. okay, we can get one of or two of these passports and we have somewhere to go. Buy
That's
land
it.
there, build a community there.
Yeah.
Yes, you can go ahead.
Thank you.
I need to visit first.
That's it. Visit. Yes, visit first. Yes.
Because I don't speak but one language. I am so envious of all the people who can speak more than one language.
Yeah.
I'm just jealous. Dang it, man.
But it's in you.
gotta learn.
It's in you. It's a code in you. I can tell you that for free. It's a code in you. Once you come back, once you hit that motherland, the code will switch on, and you just tag right along, straight off.
You're going to unlock.
Right along.
I've never had a passport, and I'm a baby boomer.
Okay.
So for me, I need to be probably with a group.
Yes, of
'Cause
course.
I just feel better with a group.
Of course.
I don't even run around here
No.
too much
Yeah.
by my lonesome because there are dangerous people here
Yeah. And
like they are there. They just
of course.
looking for a victim.
Of course.
And I just choose not to be a good victim.
Yes, of course, of course. And that makes
I
and then
did get my application for a passport.
exactly.
So I'm working on it.
Good.
Yes.
Brilliant.
So anyway, if you can
Yeah.
share another part of that constitution, I've got one already.
Okay.
Section 14.28.
Yeah.
If you can share
Well,
one, so
yeah. I'll get to that. Let me just quickly bring in Yaz because he's been waiting for a while. Yaz, welcome on board. You've been waiting. Thank you so much. Let's hear from you.
Hello, greetings to everybody.
Hi. Yes. Hello. Yes.
Nice conversation. I'm
Yeah.
enjoying it. I was busy.
Okay.
Anyway, my brother,
Yes.
I just want to talk about this. Everybody's talking about like the Chinese people, the Russian people are helping Africa. They are not helping Africa for free.
No.
They are not helping Africa for free. And moreover, the EU, what I'm talking about is something that I know very well because I'm from Senegambia and I know the former president Macky Sall has a contract with EU and they are fishing in Senegal and in Gambia and our own country, Gambia, to have contracts with the Chinese people. Last week, where I came from a village in Gambia, there was a protest there because the Chinese were throwing out the local fishermen. And it's not only Gambian people.
See?
The Ghanaian people have a community there. They've
Yeah.
been there before my parents.
Mm.
They have a town called Ghana Town. They are
Yeah.
only fishermen there. They've been
I'm
there
aware
for
of that.
Mm.
You know that?
Yeah, I'm aware of that. Yes.
Yeah. It's Ghana Town. They have their own community. They're drying fish, send it back to Ghana, Nigeria, all over Africa. And now these Chinese boats are coming. These European boats are coming from Poland, everywhere
Wow.
you can think about.
Wow.
And now only one fish in Gambia is costing. It costs a lot. You cannot
see?
have a decent fish like the big fish we used to have. The small ones, you go to the beach, they give it for free. Now they are selling it in the market. The fish that nobody wants is the fish that you dry to make soup. Now they are selling it to people because they don't have anything. People are crying, people are angry, but they have nobody to help them.
No.
I think we should talk about that too.
Yes,
because
absolutely.
These people are taking, they're not only taking our resources, they're taking our livelihood. What our people are selling to pay school fees, to pay rent.
Yes, to pay. Yeah, very, very true. You make a very valid point. Yes, that's awesome point. I mean, not awesome. That's very important for us to know, and I'm so glad you raised that point. One of the things we have to be looking at, and is this: we have to be strategic. Somebody talked about it before. We have to be strategic. We know that this so-called help, they have their own interests, but we have to start. No,
There is nothing for free.
exactly.
Nothing come free.
But
Unfortunately, if we select wrong leaders, you see, these wrong leaders are the people who are dragging the country down and the people because they are self-interested people. They don't care about the population or they don't care about the resources of the country. All they care is how long they can stay in power. You know, and if you look at it, the leadership is not it's not meant for that.
No.
A leader is a servant to the people.
Yeah.
You need to provide what your people need. You know, you need to know what are the important factors your people need to provide. So dealing with these Westerns, the private contractors, those people, they just come and give them the money. So they sell all the things where the government can generate something for their people.
I think
that is being sold and handled by the private sectors.
Yeah, my brother B, I think you're absolutely right. They are trying to do that. But this is why our participation, again, it goes back to knowledge. When we start sharing the knowledge in our communities, in our local languages, we will start changing the mindset of our people bit by bit. But we have to support it. But we have to support it also with you know, making sure if they have farming, they are able to access the farm and grow their food. Or if they're not able to do so, having funds to be able to feed so that they can concentrate on that process. Because you see, like Vanna May said, when people are hungry, they cannot process information. They are just busy trying to survive. So we need to do a two-pronged approach. That's why what Vanna suggested, and I'm gonna do now, I'll be coming back later on the next day or so, and I'll come up and we'll talk about having a donation, minimum pound, a £1 donation or $1 donation. If you want to do more, fine. And what we want to do is be able to come back and actually have people in each of the communities, stakeholders, farmers, teachers, market women in particular. Market women are very important in our communities because they get the right. If they get the right information, they will hold their government to account. And most men, if we are truthful, most African men, they are afraid when they see the market women. Their women say, "No, we're not having this. You have to do what we tell you." They go, okay, you know what? The game is up, because they know that they know their rights, and that is what we need to encourage. And Yas said it. Our women, it is the money they make in the market that they use to send kids to school, to feed themselves. They send 3 or 4 different kids to school. So it is very important and vital that they have that information, and indeed in that entire society. So I think what we should be looking at is how we can aid this process of enlightenment, awareness in the communities. In every community, please share this role and share this broadcast. If you're watching, don't just watch it. Share.
I really endorse what you just said. Each and every African country should know their constitutional rights in their vernacular languages, because that's where the awareness can come from. Because if you know the rights in your
Exactly.
You don't know, you will be taken as
a fool. This is the key problem. And I'm hoping that by doing this program, we will come. I'm going to be coming back again. I'll be doing more, and we'll be talking about this in a lot in depth as well. But we need to start with having what we will be doing is the pilot. We want to start with the pilot program in Nigeria, because that's the language that I know. I know the language. I know Yoruba language. I know Igbo language a little bit, but somebody will translate it. I know Hausa, but I'm not a good speaker. But I can speak Yoruba. If you ask me about Yoruba, now I can tell you. And I'm doing the work on that. And that's why I read that off head, because I learned it, I've translated it myself. And we need people to do exactly the same thing. You can do it. And my brother, B, you can do it in your community. You can find out what is your constitution. I bet. What country, if you don't mind me asking, what country are you coming from? Do you come from? Gambia. Now, there you go. Now, in the Gambia, what language do you speak? Is it French or is it English?
No, it's English, but we speak local languages like Mandinka, Wolof.
Okay, good. Exactly. So, do you know your constitution at all?
Not very much.
Okay. Now, that's the thing. Now, we would like to, if you can share that with us, if you can bring it when we do programs. In fact, I'm going to add you into the group. So inbox me your number, because what we need to do is we want to have this kind of information available in every country, so that everybody's doing the same thing to wake up the people in the communities. So when we're all waking up, those in government, they will have nowhere to go. They have nowhere to go but to do what we, the people, want. And you said it. You said when the people know their constitution in their own language, it is difficult for any government to cheat them. So, yeah. So in answer to what Yaz was saying there, it is not right that the Chinese are doing what they're doing, but they are able to do it because the government that is in place in the Gambia are puppet leaders. They are leaders that they don't do what the people want. But once we start bringing in the knowledge to the people, they can say, no, we are not going to accept this. You are meant to protect our rights ahead of the Chinese. You know, that's correct. That's correct. So
we can't blame them.
so
We're doing their business.
but we have to interrupt the business now by through awareness in every community. So I'm hoping that the people, yeah, even the people in the village and small communities. So that's where we're going. Thank you. Thank you. And let me. I hope. I mean. Let me. I'm gonna. You're good. I'm actually following you now. So because I wanted to make sure that I did not. I did not lose touch. So Bamfa Jaite. Okay, Bamfa Jaite. Tete. Yeah, nice one. So we let honestly let it, this is a journey for all of us together. We have to work together. We have to work together. This work. We have to walk through this process together and build a viable Africa. Look, 80%, 82% of the trade in Africa goes out of Africa. 82% of the trade in Africa, our resources, everything goes straight out of Africa. Only 18% is in Africa, and even that 18%, it is hard to even move. It is usually among the communities, not across the nations. So this is not good. So, and the reason why, that is why they didn't want, that's why they don't allow us to have free movement across Africa. In Europe, you can move freely. As an European, you can move across you can go to 28 countries, no one passport. But in Africa, oh, you have to, no, this borderline, no, that's border. And it's a border that we didn't create. My ancestors didn't create it. This was imposed on us. So we have to free ourselves. So the object of doing this awareness is to raise the community, your rights. When you know your rights, you now say no. Then you can begin to build on that and go, okay, now I know my rights. Now, how come I cannot trade my neighbor? No, I don't agree with this. The people of Africa will now start speaking with one voice. We want to march back to our kingdoms the way they were. So that way, the kingdoms will now be the big place, no longer these fraud countries. And let us be frank, the African continent, what we call nations, they are open slave camps. They are nothing but open slave camps. Because the slave camp is where they can say, okay, I want this oil, I want the gas, I want the food, I want everything they have there. And they can do what they did in Gambia, where Yas talked about, whereby they can just come in and take whatever they want, because we don't have our own control. So we need that control as a community. So, and we are community people, So, so this is the steps we need to take. It's going to take a lot of time. It's going to take a lot of, we are going to repeat a lot of what I'm saying here. We're going to be repeating it and repeating it and repeating it.
This idea coming up is the quickest way, my brother, because as far as, we translate the constitutions into the vernacular languages, that is the quickest.
Actually, my brother, I would like you, don't use that word vernacular, because we don't have vernacular. Our languages are wonderful. When I speak Yoruba language, I feel like a king. When I'm stepping in the steps of my ancestors. I'm talking with pride. They are not vernacular. Don't use that word. Ignore it. It's a negative word. No. I'm not angry at you. It just brings emotion in me that I realize that I can no longer allow anybody to put down my language, my Yoruba language. I will not accept it. So this is African. We need to be proud, and that's where they get us. Once you are not proud of who you are, they step in and then they step on everything that you're doing. We cannot accept that. So please don't use that language. Just say my language, my Mandinga language, but and talk about and when you're saying it, I want you to picture your ancestors all those years ago, walking on the same land, building those kingdoms. That is what you are stepping in the steps of your kingdom, your great ancestors who built kingdoms. That's what you're doing. And that's what we need to bring in. That is why the language is important. You see, they know our language is powerful. They know that if they stop us speaking the language, they've got us. We need to resonate and bring back our languages on the African continent. Every single part of it. Because that is where we're going to free ourselves mentally. We have to free ourselves. So this I hope this makes sense to people, and I want people to join us. Vaname, thank you so much for joining. B, I'm grateful. Miss Lady LJ, thank you so much for your contributions. Yaz, I am so grateful. I only for time purposes, I need to go and do one or two things, and I got to go and prepare. But I'm going to come back again. I hope we've learned something from this. I hope we've learned something from this. Thank you, thank you, thank you so much. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So what? Yes, thank you so much. Thank you. And what we will do is we will come back again. We're gonna give more details. We're asking for donations. Now that donation is not only for one country. We're gonna start somewhere. So when we get donation, 1 month we say, okay, we're gonna go look at this country. How can we help in helping them in the constitution in that area? What are they doing? What village are they reaching? Can we spread that knowledge in that village? Can we translate into the local languages? Who are the stakeholders in that community? How can they begin to make them aware? So we're going to pick village by village, and that, country by country, and specific villages where we can, to start building, because everybody has to be doing this across the whole of Africa. We don't have to wait for anybody. This is what we need to do. So I'm hoping that with time we can build that together. But what I would like to say to you all now is thank you so very much for making this an enjoyable discussion today. And we will do some more. I will be in touch with the other guy later on. Kunle Ministries, I'll be in touch with him with it once. But stop trusting your enemy. Nubian sugar. Nubian sugar. Yes, you're right. We have to trust ourselves more than we trust anybody else. And that's where we build unity, and hopefully we will do some more of this. Thank you. So for now, I say thank you so much. Okay, yes. Yes. Thank you. Thank you. Let me.
Everything you needed, everyone you needed appeared here.
Yeah, thank you. Let me give you a round of applause to all of us. So I'm giving us all a round of applause for today. It's wonderful. It's a pleasure, honestly. And I'm looking forward to seeing everybody join us again in the next time we do a broadcast. For now, I say thank you so much. And in by the powers of our ancestors, may all our desires for a free Alkebulan, may we achieve it in the steps of our ancestors. Ashe, 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 Ashe. So it shall be. Ashe, 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 Ashe. Bye now. Bye, guys. Yes, bye. Wow. Ayo. You're going. This thing is going, man. Wow. I've got angry. Nah. Don't say vernacular. Nah. Your kingdoms. Fuck. This guy. Don't fuck with this guy. Yeah. I could speak to you again, but I don't want to do that now. I got to plan it. Shit. So, guys. Sorry, guys. I'm tired. I just got angry. I didn't want to be angry in terms of the vernacular. I hate that word. I hate the word vernacular. I'm sorry, guys, on TikTok and YouTube. I hate when somebody use vernacular for me. I get very angry. And it wasn't him, but I had to explain about it. So I'm just finishing off now. So for now, I want to say thank you very much for joining me. I'll be back later on. You'll probably see me later on. We're going to be expecting us to be doing a broadcast in terms of donations for the Constitution. We'll come back and do more stuff. I'm going to get in touch with a lot of people. So be watching out for that. More things will be coming. For now, I want to say thank you. We'll be in touch. Yeah, we'll be in touch. Thank you very much. And great stuff. Thank you.